you found me no search. It's like you knew that inside I was hurting. I was so young, said no chance, but you gave me a shot at a romance. I feel like you were like an angel sent to bring me light. Now that I'm with you, me want to say that me love you, that me love you, that me love. Hey, me no go one day, wonder without my baby, without me love, without me love. And no dance and sing and nothing, because you make my life complete. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I can't believe that this is for me. Oh yeah. Chada, 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 chada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's for me. Chada, 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 chada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's for me. I've never felt this way. So when they ask us, say, oh yeah, we're going all the way. Tell me we happy, love you all the time and things. Sometimes I wonder if the thing could cut us under, to get under, handle. With your love in my life control that I laid out my life this way. Do anything to make you stay. All of the blessings, they come my way, and all the bad things, they turn away. Sometimes life is such a scare. Your love gives me the strength to bear. Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's fun.
Understanding Archie's Autism, A Sibling's Guide by Shakayla Absalom. Understanding Archie's Autism is a guidebook that gives the readers a fun, lighthearted understanding of autism. The story follows Archie's big brother, who takes you on an adventure up and down the autism rainbow that follows what a typical day with his little brother looks like. Did you know that more than 75 million people all over the world are autistic? That makes up about 1% of the entire population. The purpose of this story is to bring attention, awareness, understanding, and acceptance to awesome individuals around the world. It is important that we all learn about ASD so that our loved ones can receive the support that they need. Understanding Archie's Autism, A Sibling's Guide, now available on Amazon.
Greetings, and gratitude. Make sure y'all get over to Amazon to get that book by Miss Shakayla. Listen, my best friend's son is autistic, and I just think that it's a conversation that is so needed. But we send all love to Miss Shakayla. Gratitude. Greetings, AJ Streeter.
Yo, what's good with Tina? Peace, everybody. I'm good. I am I feel like a different person since our reading from yesterday, so we can get into that if you want to, but I'm great. Yes. I feel amazing. I feel renewed.
Are you ready for this conversation, AJ?
I am ready, and there's some things that has happened in the background that I know that I'm ready for this conversation.
I don't think they're ready for it.
Well, they here now, so we invite you in.
They better get ready.
Yeah, we invite you to use your creative minds to also aid in the information that we're bringing, because this is a collective project. You know, we can't do it alone, and that's something I noticed as I work with you, Katita. You drop gems, and my team open it up in a way in which I understand it. So I think it's important that we all bring forth knowledge in the way that we see it.
Absolutely. We will be joined by Jazzy Hands here shortly. She was on TikTok teaching about the divine womb. So she will be coming up here shortly. But let's get on into it. So greetings and gratitudes to the mods. Gratitude to the mods. First order of business. Let me say this. Kalir and Rakaya, please reach out to myself or to the LHTC blogger. She needs to get you some information as you are now mods for us, as well as Makulu, who is also an acting mod, and she will help you with whatever you need. So now, yesterday, AJ, you had a scheduled session, and before your session could even start good, the spirit, the soul, and the spirit start to bring over information. And I was like, listen, before we even get started, is this okay? Can we talk about it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep. I said, before we even get started, like they're bringing over your past life. So like your past eons started to show up and bring through some information. And that's when I discovered that a lot of the scientific things, quote unquote scientific things that are being used, you are very, very much connected with. And even right now in this moment, I understand that the deity you fall up under is Teglatron and Tantanus.
This rising, I heard that. That's what I heard this rise. I was watching Dish and I heard both their names and I didn't understand that. Understood.
The mighty wolf. And the so, wolf. Yes, the wolf and the jackal.
The wolf and the jackal has been showing up to me over the last 2 months. I've been having dreams about running with wolves and doing earth medicine with wolves. They've been training me on herbalism in like this cabin. It's been a lot happening. Okay.
Well, we about to get on into it because I told AJ, I said, in your past life, you did a lot of things. You understood the mind and the consciousness, and you showed a lot of things. I don't even know if you have a clip of, because I know you recorded. I don't know if you have a clip of it. You want to play some of it so they can understand it. Because, once I say it, my mind goes elsewhere.
I'm so glad I recorded it too.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to be quiet so you can play whatever you want to play from it.
Okay. And family, also let me know if you all can hear this or not. And I can adjust the volume as we see fit. But I'm gonna turn it up. Okay. Is this recording? Okay. I think I'm recording you now.
Are you recording from a different device?
Yeah, I got my it's from my
we hear it
iPad.
Just fine.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, cool. Okay. So I'll just repeat what I just said so you'll have it all.
Okay.
From the energy in which you are exuding to me, I feel like for the last 7 days, something has been happening. I feel like it is your past life self that's been integrating into your current physical experience. There are two separate energies, one soul, one energy being, has been showing up to you. I believe that you were a researcher, scientist type of person, and you did research in different things on the head. But it has something to do with the moving, or I don't even want to say removal, but you did a lot of work in understanding the consciousness, the conscious being. And you discovered a lot. There is a connection to an L name like lobe. And you understood a lot.
Oh, Quintina, please tell me when to stop, by the way, okay?
You play what you want to play of it.
Okay.
Because this was amazing.
And the reason why I say two different ones, because I feel like there was another genome scientist that attached himself to you in that time period that worked with you, that you showed a lot of things to, or that like stole some of your things that actually killed you. And it's like he's, even in his past, because I feel like after he killed you, he ended up like getting like a freak accident, something killed him right behind you. Almost like, say for example, it's so crazy. Say for example, he set your place on fire, you died in the fire. Mm-hmm. I feel like he would have gone back in there trying to gather materials, hoping that some things like didn't, and I feel like some sort of chemical like killed him. You know, it feels like it was instant karma is what it feels like. And he attached himself to you in that way. And it could be the discovery that you made on attaching itself. That's why they're trying to, you discovered something about how to attach souls together or energies together.
I'm gonna stop there because I want to talk about that. I mean, it's a lot, but I want to talk about what I discovered. Do you mind if I go into it really quickly?
Please do.
So ever since our conversation, my past life, his name is Theodore Stanford, but he want to go by Theo, which makes sense because I would never go by Theodore. So we are in alignment with that. But he's been talking to me a lot. But it's some things that I've been wanting to say this, and he keep telling me to not sit on this live. But Petita, specifically, what I want you to understand is that I understand why Aubrey is a part of your tribe. This has to do with brain waves.
Yes.
This has to do with everybody brain waves are absolutely different. This is what we're building is one song. This is the song of the universe, of its very existence, and it's coming from all of our individual minds. We have our own symphony. And I went into meditation yesterday, and I needed to get clear. And so I saw him. I saw Theo. He was on the chalkboard just writing. I could not understand some of the science, some of the language. And so he broke it down to me. He showed me the TV show Manifest. Now, if any of you have ever seen that TV show Manifest, he showed me a very specific scene where all of those who were missing were connected because they were kidnapped. They had no family when they returned. And so they were kidnapped, and on their head were these connectors. And what they started to realize is that these people were connected like computers. If one person was affected, then the pain will affect everybody within specific regions. Spirit said, that's your work.
Absolutely.
That is the connection that I was doing. And so what he also told me, he said, what the heart doesn't, I wrote it down. He said, where's my phone? If I can find this quote, he said something that was so profound about like what the heart doesn't grant, the mind doesn't accept. And I knew that my work has to do with this mind and heart connection. It's a lot more information, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and dig into it.
I want to just play this video because this is what I sent you. So Lucid Dreams sent me. Damn it, did it not upload?
Maybe I should just kind of tighten it up.
Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go in and upload it real quick. Go ahead and continue.
Wait, you want me to play it?
Yes.
I think I can play. Hold on one second.
Because I was gonna upload it so they can see it, they can read it, they can hear it. But if you got it, please play it.
Let's get our productions together.
Okay.
Oh, I do got it. Okay, look, I got it. Okay. So I'm gonna press play.
The reptilian races began to experiment with the human by energetically pulling energy out of the human form through the 7th energy center, the crown chakra. The humans were unaware this was occurring. The human body is in frequencies that provide amnesia. Remember, the lower a human body's frequency, the higher the human's amnesia. The human's ability to feel and understand what is occurring within and around their energetic field is limited. They are unconscious to their sovereignty and ability to control what moves in and around their field. The reptilians were able to infiltrate the human body without conscious consent because of the human's amnesia. This was very different from the abduction, hybridization, and implantation programs. The galactic races performed experiments on the human body. They never took the human's energetic life force. The reptilians energetically moved into the human's energetic field and pulled the human's light out through their channel. This type of engagement with the human was much more invasive and destructive than any of the galactic programs. The reptilians entered the human's energetic field in such a way that has caused many humans in their current lifetime to have a hard time opening their 7th energy center and trusting they are safe and sovereign in their body. They have cellular memories of lifetimes where these reptilians had infiltrated their field and body to pull their life force out of them. The reptilians' technique was simple. They did not have to shift the humans or their own energy field. They merely energetically entered the human's energetic field, accessed the human channel through the 7th energy center, and then gently pulled the light from the human body out through the channel. Once the reptilians understood this technique, they began pulling the light from thousands of human bodies. They watched as their own power and energy within their forms increased. The human was unaware of the energy being drawn out of them, but they did experience many physical symptoms. The act of pulling light out of the human body caused the brain to slow down, which caused disorientation, nausea, headaches, dizziness, flu-like symptoms, vertigo, or zombie-like behaviors. They would have difficulty finishing sentences or doing daily tasks. There were many physical, mental, and emotional symptoms of reptilians infiltrating their bodies and pulling out their life force. It was rare, but in some cases, the human body died. The human body runs on light. Although it was never the intention of the reptilians to shut down the human body, if they were not careful, they could pull too much of the human's light out of their body, which would shut it down completely.
That was so validating to everything that I have been saying and teaching and just trying to get everybody to understand and see. I promise you it is. I promise. It's crazy.
You know, Quatita, I heard when she said access, it reminded me of access. Remember we spoke about that? And you said that family, when Quatita and I were talking, I was explaining to her that a genome also have a number of different definitions. One of the definitions is something that deals with the sundial and it casting a shadow, but something more specifically talks about a genome and how they position objects within the virtual reality based on specific axis. You know, an x-axis, which would represent the color red, the y-axis represent the color green, and the z-axis represent the color blue. And Quatita said that's how they're accessing our being.
Now, we just talked about this, and this video was sent to me probably about an hour ago. None of that video that came across because it was simply a motherfucking validation of what we have been saying. But come on, AJ, let's get into it. If y'all don't know, this is AJ Streeter, child.
What's up, everybody? I'm a little nervous to be on here. I'm being honest, because all of this is new for me in terms of really sharing it with anybody. I'm used to just sharing it with individuals, so I'm no longer afraid just because I have reconciled myself. I think one of the greatest things that I want to talk about is the fact that in my reading, I transitioned at the age of 34. I was killed by my lover at 34. I was also queer in that lifetime as well, too. So in this lifetime, it's important to know that I'm picking up right where I left off at the age of 35. So I'm excited to be living.
So let's talk about that part, too, because when I said that to you, we also talked about how, like, you are excited because your soul did not live in the last lifetime past that age. So now you feeling it like, and the crazy part is, this is what I'm just understanding and realizing too. You might have, like, when is your birthday?
December 21st, 1988, 12/21/88.
So that's why it even shows, and I think I even said over the last 3 months or so too, going back to some of it. That was your death date and your rebirth date to a certain degree. Yeah, absolutely. Whoa. So, because remember, I said the day you were born is the day you died, and the day you died is the day you were born.
Yeah.
So it's probably a rebirthing in that you probably came to life in that moment of past December 21st. Like, I'm just understanding this. And so I said to you, I said, this was your quote unquote, your ministry, because you know how we love to say ministry.
Love that's our word now.
I said, there is a difference between the brain and the mind. You because AJ sends me things all the time. Me and him, we kind of converse and we talk about certain things. I want you to go into your research and the things that you have discovered even before we spoke yesterday.
I got you. He keeps telling me not to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm sorry. Like he is.
Talk about what you want to. Why does he want to talk about it?
Because it's like.
So glad you're the only person. Let me say this. I'm so sorry. You're the only person, AJ, that I tell them about, that I know of, their past life, and they actually interact with them, because that's what they're supposed to do.
I don't understand. At this point, I have no choice. He sends me so much floods of information, like these, like computation. I don't like math, but he's sending me all of this stuff, and I'm going to create this Madrid on my wall of all of these things. But something that I found really important in my research was something we talk about. Is Spirit one time told me that all of us are deaf. And the way in which we think about disabilities is actually not correct, because in disability is actually an ability. So when we were speaking, I was talking to Petita about the fact that in our brains, there are certain neurons that are specifically programmed to register information and sound from different directions. And when you have been drowned out your entire life, you've been cursed out, cell phones, salt, many things that are preventing you from hearing yourself, you calcify these neurons. So when someone said you have selective hearing, indeed you do, my love. It's not your fault. It's just that some of your neurons have been calcifying, which you're not able to hear. So it's refracting off of your neurons. So you're not processing that information. And this is a major issue, because when you think about us as pure consciousness, right? We have to will ourselves through the spirit, and your will is your mind. So if we have never been trained in spatial awareness, our ability to hear sound and to register everything around us, how in the hell are we supposed to move through the spiritual realm? And in doing this research, I understood that when I started to see the rehabilitation programs that were available for those who were blind, deaf, or any other disability, a lot of their training goes back to the stories of the deities. More specifically, when I think about spatial awareness, there is a game for children. It's called Soundstorm. And the game is all about a lion who is leaving his home world, and he's being guided by this voice. I sent this to you, Quatita. But this game is teaching children how to hear God. And it is for those children who can't hear properly. So if they are providing them with the tools that are important to us, because we have gone through so much testing, so much experimental, we have to now rehabilitate ourselves in the same way of those who we deem disabled. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it right there for a moment.
Okay. Are you talking about the book? Because there's also a book that was written about a lion that came from a constellation as well. Is that what you're speaking on?
No, so it's a video game so when I was researching about the neurons in the brain and about hearing specifically and spatial awareness, it's almost like echolocation. When a bat lets out a signal, it can literally create a picture. We're supposed to be able to do the exact same thing, right? Because
you mean what you were telling me yesterday when you said we need to stop speaking and we need to activate as if we're mute, deaf, and blind. Because that's how we begin to come back to our natural frequency.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is that our language has been corrupted, right? We know that. And so we're not speaking at a level of a frequency that can open up wormholes. So here's another thing, right? I talked to you yesterday about a knock code or tap coding. Where can I find this at? Hold on one second. Let me see. Can I can
post it.
You got it. Can you post it?
I can post it. Hold on. Let me get it. Yes. Wait a minute.
Please show
Give me just one cotton picking moment.
All right. Well, I don't want it to be a cotton picking moment, but it can be a moment.
Look, I'm glad you said it, because I don't think nobody else caught it.
Does that qualify you to go in the book or no?
Huh?
Does that qualify you to go in the book or no?
No. Okay. I understand it. That's why I always use it. I want everybody else to understand it. Do you understand when people say cotton picking, where it comes from? It's uploading. Hold on.
Okay. Because I got more information about this yesterday.
So I'll show them the way that they came in.
Okay.
This was the first one you sent to me.
Yes, I want to talk about that. Okay. So I'm going to start off. Are you all familiar with the emotional freedom technique? So the emotional freedom technique utilizes tapping in certain meridians in your body to alleviate or to dissipate energy and or pain.
Okay, so let me show them. This is the way I was taught it. And I ain't got my screen on, but I'm going to do it real quick. It was like this.
Okay.
They had me tapping. It was tapping on certain places of the body. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So a tap or knock code is usually associated with inmates in jail. So they use the bars or the bars to create certain sounds and frequency to transmit certain words. And so you think about the prison in general, the first thing I thought about, Melanites, we're in a prison world. So of course it will be us who would develop a way to speak when we're restricted. But this reminded me of the emotional freedom technique, because tapping and knock codes is essentially what we're doing with our body. If our body is a supercomputer, then this has to be the keyboard. We just can't see it. So with these knock codes, as you see here, the way I started to practice this yesterday, I sat down here with the pen, right? And it says here, this is what I translated. It says, by the power of Mother Dina and Simeon, scan, detect, remove, obliterate, and banish all inorganic energy signatures, viruses, worms, corrupt data, and dark forces from the Melanite soul network. I took that and put that into a code generator, and I created a binary code, but also created a tap code. Now, when I create this tap code, I started to tap on my desk as we go, right? So here I did 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel if we do this collectively, we will be able to open up a wormhole, some type of portal that will allow us to literally move out our bodies. Think about the OA, right? And what Mother Dean always tell us, we don't need our physical vessels. The problem is that our minds, our brain waves are not in sync. And I'm going to say this. I'm sorry. I have to say this. We have to become the jump room. We know that the CIA, we know that the powers that be have something called the Mars jump room, where they go into this specific room and they're able to transport themselves to another dimension or to Mars. We don't need physical technology. Yes. We are that technology. It's just that we have to understand the math behind this. Our bodies are math. Our minds are math. And all of this, if we work together to start to vibrate on the same level, if we got our brain waves in sync on the same level, if we tapped and we spoke on the same level, it would then push up against the firmament, right? Our crystals will amplify and it will break open or grant access for us to leave this dimension. That's my belief. Hey, Jazzy.
Greetings. Yes, I reached out to you both. Gratitude for coming up. As you can see what we got going on, girl. I was like trying to get you up here because we just talked about coming up and doing this the other day. So we're talking about some of his past life that we did a reading with and understanding the mind. And when we say the mind, we do mean the consciousness and the moving of it. We just played a video that talked about how the reptilians are ciphering our energy, keeping us on a lower frequency. So come on in.
I was watching. I was on TikTok. At TikTok, I couldn't get TikTok on here because they mad because I left them. But I'm on YouTube, so okay, whatever. We'll figure it out later. But I told them to come over here, so they coming some kind of way. They on your page, my page. Hey, they here. Okay, so I was just in the middle of literally doing a live about the woman because Spirit was just speaking to me about the woman got the womb. The womb is the creator of all men. The womb is the creator of the man, the body, the soul, the spirit, the energy, the plants, the animals, the darkness, the lightness. Anything you could think of came out the womb, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with the womb is wisdom, aka Adina, DNA, X chromosomes.
Absolutely.
Right? So I teach people to get their heart right and their mind right and get in alignment with the spirit because you are the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And you just spoke of how they travel into these different planets, and these planets are inside of us, aka our chakras. But they dress it up and tell us that it's wicked, so we fear the knowledge, right?
Yes.
So that we fear the knowledge because knowledge is light.
Yes.
We fear the light, so they got us staying in the dark, and we're afraid to come out into the light.
Mm-hmm.
So we afraid of the intelligence that's in the light. So by us sitting in the dark, the back part of our man is called the reptilian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they access the back of our man, which is the Adula Amla Gala, which is your Akashic records, which is your past life, which is your file. So this is how they accessing everything that you just said, AJ Streeter. I was over here hollering at the screen like, that's how they getting in there. Through that.
Hold on, you said Akashic records.
Your
okay.
life file.
Yeah, because it's just that I was like, this shit came up. I'm sorry. I'm actually supposed to stop cursing because Spirit told me I need to stop cursing. So I'm working on that, family. Please be patient with me. But you are right, Jazzy, in terms of like the womb. And so I think when I talk about the wormhole, I'm talking about the womb being opening, right? So essentially we're at, I don't want to say it that way, but essentially we're asking Mother Dina to open her legs. Yes?
Absolutely.
That's part of the okay?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want it to sound that way, but we're asking.
See to leave Babylon, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, I didn't want that to sound any type of way, but like it is. And so like when I think about portals, it's even the womb, the water, like those portals are mathematical equations, which is why the body is important. And we talked about that, Quatita. We can't see, well, some can see the mathematical equation. I realize I can see mathematical equations and things. I'm not a person of math, but I can see them. And it reminds me of the same thing of a sigil or like protective magic. When you are protecting something, it is a mathematical sequence. And our bodies, the crystal is the code, it's the key. And I think that's why our crystal is being more pronounced. Because I asked with Tita, I'm like, is your body changing? Because I feel and I look different. And it's strange to me. But it would make sense because as you ascend as an individual and the elements, the atmosphere is different. And I guess our bodies must change too.
Yes. Okay. So I did a live the other day where I talked about, it was like 6, 7 in the morning. I can't remember what time it was, but I was talking about how the soul and the spirit came to me and said, your Garden of Eden, and that the Garden of Eden is actually your mind. And that how the Nile River is, it runs from the pineal gland down to your kundalini, and it's the kundalini, the serpent energy that comes up, which was the snake inside of the garden, right? But also, this is what I also was understanding too. So even in that story, when they tell you that the cherubim, which we know a cherubim is what, a lion, and sometimes has the face of what the oxen and the fowl and the human person,
and
right?
Yeah.
And so that the cherubim stood at the gate and was blocking off them from returning into. All I keep seeing is, I know that the spirit is the pineal gland, and for me, he's the lion, and he sits and he blocks out. But like you said, Jazzy, they came through the back gate inside of the reptile. Come on.
So we talking about the Sphinx right now.
Okay.
Come through. Come on.
Okay, and the Sphinx got a woman face. That's why Napoleon shot the face off, so we couldn't identify her, and they changed it to him. So they history. And speaking of history, I got Z Energy sending me pictures of the brain and the reptilian sitting on top of the brain, and Z Energy is over here just going crazy, Quatita.
Yeah, he in the chat too. Yeah.
What's up, Z Energy?
He was on TikTok when we was listening. So we've been listening to y'all from the beginning.
Okay.
So that's where we at. We all like, yes. Because we've been talking about it. That's the collective consciousness. We all been talking about this. We just ain't all got together to have this conversation. Because everybody got a piece of the story and we trying to figure it out, but we ain't bringing everybody together to Remember we were saying you got the trumpet and so got the bells and the other person got the, I got my trumpet.
Yes.
I definitely I'm doing my part.
You did say it. Yes, you did.
Rings out and quit worrying about what other people playing. I feel like I have to say that because some of us got to play the spoons and we feel like, that ain't, because we doing like this.
But you're supposed to play the hell out of them spoons.
Hey, because that might be the part that save our life. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Y'all key if you ain't doing this.
That part.
When you say the sound, it reminds me again of manifest, the lifeboat. The lifeboat is so important to me. It actually has helped me change the way I deal with people, because in manifest they thought that their job was to save themselves, but their job was to literally show grace to one another, to ensure everybody can get back on the plane, to make it right back where they had left. And when someone is behaving in a way that is detrimental to the lifeboat starts to sink and it starts to fail. And I think this is kind of what the deities have been saying, like, y'all are not waking up fast enough, which is what you're talking about, Jazzy. It's like, it is that level of concern for everything else. We feel like it's not big enough, it's not great enough, and so we silence our own sound. And I get that, right? Because we want things to come to us in a different way. But really, the lifeboat is so important. Like, I almost don't necessarily know if I agree with the collective consciousness term more so than I agree with like the reconcilable consciousness, because I feel like the collective consciousness is somebody else. I feel like we're in a reconcilable period. And I think there's something really beautiful about that, for us to reconcile, right? For us to go back and see the things that we have allowed to happen and what ways that we as a power force can stop them from happening, even in our future timelines.
I understand. I agree. Only I'm going to say I believe in the collective consciousness only because I know that the collective consciousness is the collective of the soul, which is from the Adena,
Okay.
And so, like you said, the reconcilable is because we're fragmented. And we have to come back together to merge and reconcile to become the collective in which we should be as a whole soul.
And that's why the brainwaves must be on point.
Absolutely. And we did talk about that before too, which is so dope, because I know not everybody be on the lives that I do. So when people bring the stuff back in, it's a validation for me that I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? That I'm on the right frequency path, because we were talking about, me and Charming too, like me and my team, we were talking about the wavelengths and how they spark. And when they spark colors, and those colors are from like electrodes of crystals.
Wait, are there wavelengths in the womb? Like brain? Is it brain? Is it? Okay, give it to me, because I didn't know that. Tell me everything, Jazzy. Go ahead.
So, Quatita, remember the class I did when me and you linked up, and I was teaching that the womb is Noah's Ark?
Yes.
Because the male and the female come from the womb. And I teach too that the womb is the Zodiac, because everybody got a birthday that's a Zodiac, right?
So we're upside down again.
Yeah. So y'all just said the day you died was the day you came back. I teach that too, because I deal with your soul contract is the day that you came, the time you came, when they weighed you on the scale, because I teach my weigh your heart on the scale. And when you came out your mama, the bottomless pit, the abyss, the water, the ocean, it was in water, right?
Absolutely.
You got webs in between your hands. You was in water for 40 weeks, gestational period. You went through the moon, the stars, the sun. You went through the universe. This is astrology.
Jazzy,
right?
Is that 40 days, 40 nights like the rain?
Yeah, it was 40 weeks. Yeah, that
was 40 weeks.
You got to think King James translated it and put spells.
Exactly. That's why that just registered to me. Damn, that's deep.
40 weeks. Is that, what's that like? What's the pregnancy length? Like, is it 40 weeks? It's 40 weeks, right? Okay.
Yeah, people. So I'm a peopleologist. I teach people that. Like, I'm a peopleologist. Like, because people be like, where did you get your degree from? I be like, the spirit. I got 98 of them, I'm a peopleologist. I really had people because I got one. And people really came forth out this portal because it's the Stargate, right? We Astros. Astro means stars. Astrology is secret language of the stars. And when you study astrology, you have to study numerology. So that's them numbers and the mathematical equations, and because you got to be a Mason, right? That's mother and son. That's the real.
Damn.
Not
okay, then come through now. Okay.
Okay. So the woman, which is Sophia, Sophia means wisdom. You know, I always say that Sophia home. That's the feminine energy coming back because she was persecuted, right? She was cursed. They said anyone who has a period is cursed, correct? They say in the Bible, they say women are cursed. That's not a curse. Women who can't.
Marshall was just saying this. We just talked about this not even 30 minutes ago. Come on.
Women who can't bring forth a son are cursed. Okay? A son that is not necessarily a woman or a man because the sun is the center of the universe, correct? And the sun is also the center of your eyes, which is your iris. The sun, your left eye is the moon. Your right eye is the sun. So where is the solar system at? In you.
In you, yeah.
Your universe. Come through now.
And you came from the yoniverse, which is the womb. Right? The womb is the yoniverse, right?
Yes.
From the yoniverse, because we have cords.
Yes.
AKA your umbilical cord.
Which is why Sheshoni is the coverer of the yoni. And she is of the stars, the sky, the universe. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, so that's her in the Bible that say she was clothed with the moon and the stars, and she was standing on the moon with the 12 crowns.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's Sheshoni.
That's Revelation chapter 12.
I'm saying, but that figure you just said is Sheshoni, Kutita? What did you describe? But is that Sheshoni?
I can see her as being that, absolutely. And then I saw somebody up here just said, let me get back to it. What they just said. They just said your solar plexus. Now, why that's important and not connected is because her counterpart is to Tetron. To Tetron is the solar plexus.
Right. Okay.
He's over the solar system.
So
he's also father time, quote unquote, although there is no time.
And everything as a counterpart, masculine, feminine. You can't separate them. That's yin and yang. So every female deity has a male deity because she gonna split herself up into two cells.
As the grandmother did, which is what I teach in the Melanite Bible, how the grandmother split herself into two, and that's how she became mother and Yehuda. She became the soul and the spirit.
Okay. Ooh, we is getting into it, ain't we?
Yeah, because it's so when you talk about water and the soul and the spirit, right? Again, I want to just go back to something that I found, and I found this to be a very interesting. Where is it at? Let me show you all something, if you don't mind. I want to show you how, from a scientific and mathematical perspective, how we've been experimented on. Can I turn this camera around? Is that like a thing?
I don't think you can turn it around, but you can spin whatever it is, like the whole device.
I'll just try to explain it. So what I was researching yesterday, because Theo was giving me so much information. He told me to research a tensor, Tensors. And I'll explain to you all what that is. But it says a tensor is defined as independent of any basis, although they are often referred to by their components, and the basis related to a coordinated system, right? So kind of see that little thing right there? Can y'all see that dimensional box?
Yeah, and that's like the cube. Whose cube is that? Metatron?
A cube.
So it's
that's how
these
Transformers. Remember when they?
It's like, and it's saying that. So basically, it's saying that these tensors.
No, I was just saying the
create an array. I can hear you. Go ahead, Jazz. What you say? Jazzy.
No, I was just
saying
the cube off Transformers. Can you hear me?
Is that the Saturn cube of Transformers?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's a delay.
Can y'all hear me? I think we're out.
Yeah, we
No?
can hear you, AJ. No, we can hear you,
Okay.
AJ. It's Jazz.
So
Hers is, she's frozen right now.
Yeah,
okay, got you.
Remember
So
the light
basically,
part, and they had to her down.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm glad you said that. So the same box you talked about is the same box that is actually on Justice League. I don't know if you ever seen Justice League before, but when Superman died, they put him into a pool of water, right? I think it was called Lazarus Pool. But there was a cube, a small black cube that needed to be supercharged in order to bring him back to life. That's when the Flash, Barry Allen, ran so far using time, electricity to supercharge that box and hit the water, and it brought him back to life. This box is the same thing. It's essentially telling us that tensors create their own matrix. It creates a high dimensional matrix. This is showing us how we create our own individual matrix and how they manipulate our own individual matrix using our bodies, right? Using light. So this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with Tita about why we shouldn't change our bodies. Because the reason we're changing, like when we change in our bodies, we're becoming refracted images, refracted beings. So the light is hitting your body very differently. You're not necessarily getting the proper language or the proper coding, right? Even if you're sick and your ancestors or your spirits want to send a coding to dismantle that illness, they can't because it's not coming in at the right angle of light, which is why we are tensors, because we are just an array of light. We're a crystal. So we are a matrix within a matrix already.
It's what I listen. I don't even think you was on the fucking live. I'm telling you, I just said this shit on another live. We are a system inside of a system. And yes, Yehuda, if you did not take my class, then you don't know that Yehuda is the matrix. And he was designed and created by the grandmother. And we have been trapped inside of this system because we're in the third earth. There's Earth minor, if you want to call it, 1, Earth 2, which is your dream state, the astral plane, and then you have the simulation of third Earth, in which we are in right now. You are a system inside of a system. You are a system by yourself. This is what I was trying to explain the other day. Oh my fucking God, bro. We are a system inside of a system. You are a computerized system inside of a computerized system, bro.
Yep.
This is exactly what I was trying to explain. And I didn't know if I was explaining it correctly, but no. Yes, AJ. Yes.
No, I can even inform, because even in, again, computer science, they have something called an array. ARRAY. You can imagine what an array would be, right? But it says an array is a data structure consisting of a collection of elements of the same memory, same size. And so essentially what they're saying is an array is the oldest and most important data structures in the world, right? We are an array. That's us, an array, which is just light, which are the crystals. And so they're telling you that we are a collection of elements, because you keep saying we from Atlantis, the land of crystals. And I remember having a meditation before, and in the meditation, Spirit was showing me that in Atlantis, light was hitting crystals in different ways, and they created different colors, which created different tribes. I don't know what that fully means, but light was hitting different crystals.
Because AJ, if you do a grid, let me bring my damn. Okay, if you do a grid, listen, if you do a grid of different crystals and you have the sun hitting the light or the spectrum in which they come together, like just like if you see some of these movies where they're looking for a certain crystal or a certain thing, and they have one on this side, like the 4, and then the light comes down at the beams, and then it opens up whatever portal or gate. That is what it is. Right. So if they keep us fragmented as crystal beings, when the grandmother, even in the daily reference, when I say radiate your light to us so we can shine from the inside out, because if she radiates her light of her frequency of her soul's energy on each one of her
the spectrum,
then the light. You hear me?
Oh, that's the rain.
That's
the rainbow, right?
Yes, so, yes.
So the woman pregnant, it right here, right?
Oh, facts. The layers of the rainbow.
So that's the covenant that you got with your mama. That's a soul contract.
And
okay. All this. I want to read y'all this. So I just on me. So I know that the word matrix is the womb. And the word come from matriarch. I don't mean
I didn't know that.
I know, right?
So that must mean the matriarch is the key to get out of here. Yes.
Has to be.
We right here. Can y'all see us?
But remember
what your
that
mama
child
always told you. Didn't your mama tell you, I brought you in here, I'll take you out?
Okay.
Yes. But also
okay now. Okay. So look, the mother, the matriarch, etymology of matriarch in addiction in etymology. It's a noun, so it's a person, place, or thing. It's mother who is the head of a family or tribe. And I'm about to tell y'all something. Y'all know I like to use cartoons to teach. So let me show y'all something right quick.
I love cartoons.
So remember Scar in The Lion King?
What?
So remember Mufasa was his brother, was the king, right?
Yes.
So if Mufasa your brother, then I'm king too by birthright, right? I know we don't use the word king,
right?
Essentially, yes.
So that's art. So I'm by birthright, I'm king too, right?
Yes.
But because I ain't right in my mind, I ain't right in my heart, I ain't right in my soul, I ain't right in my spirit. We understand I ain't right. Because remember
we're talking about duality. Come on, yes.
He had the scar on his eye to represent he had a scarred soul, right?
Come on, yes.
Okay. So Scar wanted to be the king of the hyenas, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all what the problem is, because Scar didn't study nature, because it ain't no king of the hyenas. The hyenas ran by the matriarch. So remember, Whoopi Goldberg was the queen, or the matriarch of the hyenas.
Yes.
He said she used her system, and she was like, "Check D, we gonna let him think that he running something, because now we got a lion that'll kill for us and do anything for us. He think he bullying on us, but we really using him, because you got to think, when you think you getting over on somebody, they be getting over back on you, because you reap what you say. Because you can't." Did y'all get that, Jim? You can't.
Yes.
Matriarch.
Wait, you went out. I couldn't hear that last part. You can't what?
Play the mama.
Right.
You can't play the mama. Every mama that got youth, we don't call them children either, because children mean to chill them out. Calling them kids is goats. That's separate. We don't call them that neither. So as mothers, we got to start calling them our offspring or our youth, because youth is a version of ourselves.
Gotcha. I'm gonna start walking around and calling people offsprings. Hey, offspring.
That's but we the matriarch, and I'm gonna go
absolutely,
because the matriarch, that people need to know that we the matriarch.
So, are we asking for Mother Dina to birth a new reality for the collective? Like, I guess I'm thinking about the application of all of this, right? Like, what is the application?
This is what I have to say on that, and that's what I wanted to go into. When we were just talking about a system in a system, right? This is why they're bringing now in the virtual reality, because they now want to get you stuck into this system that they're bringing in the virtual reality, because they have a way of that's a conscious snatcher. You'll be stuck inside of that realm. Therefore, they can always control you. There's no coming out of that virtual system. They can't control what this system does. They can't find the Adina. They cannot connect to the Adina. And let's be clear, Adina is the intranet. That is who she is, which is the collective of souls on a private network. Okay. And that's how we all communicate. So she doesn't need to recreate anything. They have recreated and recreated and recreated. Her system is the original, and it doesn't go anywhere. It was placated. I don't know why I keep hearing that word, placated. But
what is that, placated?
Yeah, look that up for me, because I keep hearing that word. But this is her system. It has been tinkered with. they have gone into the central processing and rewired things. So that's why I feel like the video that we played was so important, because that's what I keep saying. They have to keep you at a frequency. If you elevate over the frequency, you're going back into the natural system of the soul anyway.
Right.
Placate etymology. I want to respond to that, but it says that placate, appease or pacify, soothe, quiet, gentle, calm, peaceful.
Rock rock us to sleep.
rock us right to sleep, baby. Correct. So you know what? I remember having a talk with my guides, and this is the Satur that I told you about. And I remember them saying that you have to remember a time from before, a time out of space, right? Because this is equivalent to how I think about women and like how women love. Like you all love so genuinely and so purely, but you come to this terrible realm, and unfortunately, you have to learn how to adjust that, right? You know, and I think this is the part of the problem, because love has been also diluted, because they said it's the highest frequency, right? Like that in stillness. So I think love is another component to this that we have to register a program into our reality. And I don't necessarily know how we fully do this, but I want to show you something, because here's what I'm thinking in terms of application, in terms of what we need to do. Let me see, can I find this? Okay. Do y'all see this? Don't move. You see this, right?
Yeah.
So this is essentially showing you the matrix or the fabric of the universe. It talks about the future being here. You are right in the middle, and that's the past. So the way I think about this is, again, through the OA, right? Remember when they were doing mudra work? I think that they were activating the mathematical calculations of their body, raising their energy, raising their alchemy, so that they could do exactly this. Literally go from their past or to their future. I think they were shooting to a different direction, but we know the conscious mind all have to focus on one thing so we can move as a collective. So I think in terms of application, we don't need physical technology. We need to do a mind cleaning, Quatita. We need to do mind alchemy. And people need to get in register with their command center. You need to start to see your mind and see yourself at the helm of your command center. Because before my reading with you, I had an excruciating headache. And I realized when I saw myself in so many worlds commanding my mind. And we have to start to command our mind so that we can split our consciousness, so we can know which way and which direction we can go. We have to start to clean up the mind space. I don't know how we fully do it, but we have to disconnect from certain things.
This show, can you lock your screen so you can turn it to the side so it don't turn?
Oh, let me just take a screenshot of it then. Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. Come on, AJ, get it together. Get it together. How you screenshot upon this thing?
Takedra says flip it. So
just flip it.
So, well, that's what she was saying. But for me,
can y'all see?
We can see it. So, okay, I'm gonna make 2 points. As Aubrey say, I always try to make 2 points. I always gotta make 2 points. But when you look at it like that, yes. So when you flip it upside down, it's the same thing, above, so below. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you're turning it to the side, like it's just you're coming together at one point.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
When it's on its side, it's two entry points. It's the axis.
It's the axis.
Yes. But so they keep flipping it like you're on a like they said hourglass. So if I keep flipping it, your time just keeps starting. But if I turn it to the side, you have an interest in the exit point.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on, because I hold on, y'all, family. Work with me. Give me a second. I'm going to photos so we can see that in real time. Yada, yada, yada. Go back. I don't know what's happening with me today. I don't. Flip this thing now.
It's the infinite sign. Absolutely, Tashana. Yes, because when you flip it, like I have an hourglass in my room. Like Let me run and get it. Hold on. Let me run and get the outlines. Hold on.
There we go. It should have not taken me that long to do that.
Let me borrow this real quick, Santa. By the way, for some reason, they have me keep my hourglass with Santa Merte because she loves it. Okay. So here it goes, right? So it's just going to restart your time as many times as you keep flipping it. But when you have it like this, it's an entrance and an exit. Like it stands still. Do you understand what I'm saying, Jazzy?
I hear you. You too.
Like it stands still. So if it's like this, then yes, your time. And then if it runs out, what happens? You're just gonna keep flipping it. Time is gonna be looping and looping. But if you're at it has an entrance and an exit point.
You could balance out.
Jazz? Correct.
If you could that heart and that man, you can find balance and you ain't got to keep going through the motions. That's what I tell people. We stuck in a cycle. That's the Zodiac cycle. We stuck in it because we don't know how to come together.
Correct.
Now, when I think again about application, right? Like, let's talk about Exodus. Let's just get into it, right? You know, I know a lot of people say that there's never any good news with your world readings, and I hear that, right? But we have an opportunity, and I think an opportunity is for us to come together to figure some things out. I don't know if Exodus is us exiting with or without our bodies, our vessels. I don't think we need them. But I guess I'm wondering about, when I think about the amount of energy it requires to transition off this planet, it actually makes me very exhausted. And so I'm wondering, like, what does that actually look like from an application sense? Like, are we lining up in specific ways? I actually yesterday was saying that we need to go through like Mongolian training, like being quiet, doing posture, like doing what is it called, like stance postures where you stand, you hold them for a little while. Yoga. Yeah, that like we need to do things that could even sync in our breathing, which I don't even know how to do. But we need to get in marching orders.
Go ahead, Jazz.
So I teach about Babylon. So Babylon is living in a state of confusion. So Babylon is your root chakra. When you stuck in your root chakra, you can't raise your kundalini. So you can't go into your higher self. You can't access your consciousness. You stay in the amnesia zone. You can't vibrate. You can't do nothing down there. So I teach when I go live, I teach with the music and I say, are y'all ready? Because we moving out of Babylon. We moving to a higher land. Can I play the song? Matter of fact,
please do. That's why they had me play it at the Maesthetic. And you're absolutely correct. Just like me and Marshall was just talking about the Kundalini when I said the serpent rose up and went into the Garden of Eden. He never told a lie. He said you will become aware. He opened up the consciousness by opening up the apple, the pineal gland.
That's what the Bible tells you to not listen to the snake charmer.
The Adam and the Eve.
Yeah.
The forbidden knowledge.
The Aphrodite and the Adonai.
That's what I was going to ask you about. That's what it is. Aphrodite.
Go ahead,
Adonai,
Chad.
right?
Yes.
But they call us witches and warlocks, right? Because we got forbidden and occult knowledge, and that's supposed to be bad. But that's knowledge that's going to get us out of here. I mean, because you got to think something I want y'all to know. So when they first arrived, they raped the women, right? Why did they rape the women? Why did they rape the women? Because when a man go in, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so when a man go in a woman, his semen goes into her brain. And his semen can control her brain. So if you want to control the people, you control a woman so you can control the people. Ain't that the Willie Lynch?
Yeah, if you break a woman's mind, you have tore the whole house down.
Ain't that the Willie Lynch letter?
Yes, it is.
That is absolutely Willie Lynch. And I'm seeing something like, oh man, he's talking. Like, do you know that when men ejaculate, I think they said is equivalent to a split in the atom? Like it's so powerful. Like it to me, when I thought about Exodus and us leaving, it would like that's how I saw it. Us shooting through the womb. It's like semen because it's an intelligence, right? It knows where to go.
Dr. Gilbert Blair says, in order to enter and exit, you have to go in through the water.
You have to. So that means you would have to be coated in something, right?
Yes. And that's why he was saying, but he basically said you're the crab first, then you become the fish, and then you become the this. This is how he was explaining when I was watching him the other day, and it made a lot of sense. It made me think about what Flurburn has said too.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jazz, you want to play it? You got to put
but that's right to be the fish and crab. That's the Cancer, the Pisces, right? You got to go through all the.
Oh shit!
Oh my! Wait a second. I get that.
Wow.
The womb is 3.
Make that make sense.
Jackie, come in real quick.
Number 9.
That was good.
That's the highest, right? Okay. So Babylon.
Yes,
so the Babylon is confusion. So when we say that we moving out of Babylon, we raising our consciousness so we can evolve, right? We gonna put our diadem back, right? That's our crown or our halo. They moved it, right? I teach about all that kind of stuff, but that's why, because we moving, you got to put it back on so you can move out. But I'm gonna play this song. The artist's name is Luciano, and it's called Moving Out of Babylon. Okay.
And can you talk about that halo situation after this? I want to. Can you go more into the halo after this?
Is he he's an established artist? Do I need to put up my disclaimer, my music disclaimer?
Yeah, probably so. Cause they might be mad at us for moving out of Babylon. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna get a little excited. I'll be excited about it.
And get ready and trim your lamps. These lights get steady. No more time to run.
We say what? We moving out of Babylon. We moving to a higher land. We for the higher man, yeah. You need your higher man, Yehuda, to get there, right? Come on. Come on, we leaving. Come on. He said, wake up and shine your light through the sun. Give the love that you receive. You're supposed to have joy in your heart. That's your Yehuda, right? Come on, what? We going. We moving to a higher. Come on. With the power of the inner man. Yes, we out of here. We leaving. We seeking higher vision. With the power of our inner man. Look, he say 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. We out of here. It's steps. It's levels. 5 step, 5, 6. You hear me? But we walking. Come on. You gotta stay in your highest self. I, come on. You gotta sing songs of praise. These are songs. Come on, the music is these the Negro spirituals right here, this reggae. Come on, this how you fight. The war is spiritual, it's not physical. Okay. So you understand why I'm always chanting down Babylon, because didn't the Indians chant? The Indians are our ancestors, and they was
You
around.
sent me that, didn't you? That's the song you sent me that time.
I done sent you this. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm about to get you together. Don't worry. I got
You sent me that. I listened to that. That's why I'm like, wait, she sent me this.
Yes. Yeah, you was being attacked or something. And I was like, girl, leave Babylon. Like, but Babylon is a lower state of man, right? So our man's got state. And I just did a live like 2 days ago, literally. I went through the levels of consciousness. This is an Atlantean build. So I'm going to build it for you right quick. 0 is a cipher. That's the woman. That's the womb. That's nothingness. That's darkness, right? You have to start with nothing in order to get to number 1. Number 1 is knowledge. That's the first level of consciousness. Well, the first level is nothingness, but then the second level would actually be 1, which is not. And then we move from knowledge into wisdom. We move from knowledge into wisdom. So in order for you to establish wisdom, you have to have knowledge, because you got to know what you're going through in order for you to learn, get the understanding. Number 3 is understanding, right? Number
Deities, that's fucking me up.
Number 4 is the culture, because you got to be able to build the culture, because that's cultivating, right? We are cultivators, right? We are creators. If we don't cultivate it, it's not gonna be, right? So then once we start cultivating, that gives us power. No, okay, so power is number 5. Number 4 is culture. Number 5 is power. 5. So this is the supreme mathematics. Some of y'all might know it, but number 5 is power. Okay. And then power is, once you establish power within your consciousness, then you can evolve to equality. Equality to know that you are a supreme deity. Equality to know that you are first. Equality to know nobody outside of you is more powerful than you. You know, balance, right? Equality. And once you establish equality, you move into what is known as God. That's your God self. That's your higher self, right? You need that in order to leave Babylon. That's that chakra y'all was just talking about. They took from us, right?
That's 7?
Yeah, the 7.
Okay, 7.
Okay.
Was that number 7 you said?
7.
Okay.
They took our men from us, because if you count the chromosome, the X and Y, it's a 7. If you count the 2 X chromosomes, it's an 8. So our men is our 7s. They took our men from us because we created the men to establish righteous order. And they took the righteous order from us. Remember in the Willie Lynch letter, they said we got to take the woman away from the man. Because if we don't, he going to protect her, because that's our zinc. Zinc coats iron and protects it from metabolism, which that's a whole nother class, but let's stay focused. So the 7 is God. The 8 is the ability to build or destroy. So a lot of us destroying stuff because we ain't went through all these steps of consciousness, right? And 9 is your supreme self, super me, your supreme deity, your ether, your etheric, your highest. And then it repeats itself and it goes back over. So we are always going through levels of consciousness.
Can you reminded me of something with these numbers. I'm so glad you brought these numbers up. First of all, I wrote everything down because I didn't know the spring numbers in that way. So gratitude, I appreciate that. You also just sparked something that I wrote down that I text you, Quatita. Remember I text you something I said, Yehuda is the big Y? You remember that? And I didn't fully understand that until I started to really break this down.
Oh, wow. I just caught that, Jim.
Yeah, he said this just yesterday.
Wow.
So this is kind of how I'm going to show y'all like this, but I'm going to break it down to you. So when I say the big...
Let me bring you close to the screen so we can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you all see this?
Yeah.
So when I say Yehuda is the big Y, W-H-Y or Y, Y is the 25th number in the alphabet, right? But why is he the big Y? Because what's the secret? What's behind the Y? The Z. It's the only thing in the alphabet that says Y and Z, right? So it made me think about it. Well, what's 25 and what's 26? The 7 and the 8. So when you think about the number 26, that's associated with the Scottish rites. That's associated with the psychics, the redheads, the number 26, Lilith, space, time, the deities. 26 is the 8. Yehuda is the 7. So I was just like, wait, Yehuda is the big Y because behind Yehuda is the zenith. Remember that Yehuda protects the zenith. The zenith is what we're trying to reach. I didn't really understand that until I really started to break down the Y and the Z. The 25 and the 26 are powerful numbers.
And
you know, 20. What is the 28? You just said the 28. The 28 is a 10 in numerology, right? So that's the man. The one. Think about the one, right?
Yes.
And the 0. Let's think about it now, everybody that's grown. Y'all got it.
So let me up.
The 7 plus the 6 is 15, right? Which is 6. And 6 is the most perfect number.
Balance.
So to me, the alphabets and the numbers, there's exactly. It goes back to the algorithm. We only know how to write, but we don't know how to code. So I found in Generator, we take the language that we need and we have to figure out how do we ask Yehuda to build this into our programming. Yesterday, I had a thought to ask Mother Dina, like, show me as the simulation. I guess we need to see ourselves as simulation in order to understand how it looks, in order to understand how to manipulate it. And I don't know if I'm sure there's something we can do, but there's something here. I'm done. I don't want to take over.
So now this is the algorithm. AJ sent me this yesterday and I said, AJ, that's algorithm. He said, yes, it is. He said, I need to connect. I didn't know if you said correct or connect. I need to connect the Adina to intranet because I believe what you were saying to me was, as Adina, we're fragmented and we're not fully connected back into the algorithm of the soul. And this is what I see. So when Jazzy says the 1 and the 0, it's an algorithm of 1s and 0s that you sent me. And when you understand, I can't even say learn it, but this is what it is, man. They kept telling me I need to understand or come up with or develop an algorithm. And I was like, I don't know how to fucking do that. So when you sent me that shit yesterday, I was so just waiting to talk to you about it because I was blown the fuck away and now Jazzy says the 1 and the 0s. And that's what I remember seeing when you sent me that.
The women and the men.
Yes.
The civilizations. Because we
gotta be right.
We are all civilizations. Because I was teaching from the Aztec book. Something about the Aztecs. Y'all know the Aztecs allegedly are the Indians that's from Georgia that lived in Stone Mountain.
Are the Aztecs?
Yeah, that created the blue ink that's inside Stone Mountain. Remember the Aztecs were covered in blue?
Yes. Oh, yes.
AJ!
Exactly.
AJ! What did you say your centurions look like?
Blue. They're blue beings.
Fuck out of here.
They're my guides. They are 2 twin-like beings, and they teach me a lot about psychic surgery and psychic vibration.
Okay, Aztec.
Wow.
Yeah, because we
to Teglatron and Tantanus.
I need to know more about that. I gotta take the class. I'll call you later, but we can learn. I can talk more about that.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jazzy.
Yeah, we is breaking
avatars.
Okay. Yes, I met them. Okay, so let me.
The Smurfs.
So when you were talking about the what you say?
The Smurfs.
Facts.
What they had, one Smurf on the whole show. What was her name?
Smurfette.
She was the only one. She was the only feminine energy.
The matriarch. You
know,
that's the queen.
Yeah.
Queen of the queen.
Who was I watching the other day, and he was breaking the Smurfs down, and he said that what they don't want you to know is Gargamel was the creator of the Smurfs, and there's only one. He was trying to break. I was watching something. I cannot remember. Oh my fucking goodness. Come on, Jazzy. Come on.
Is she stuck?
Oh, damn, she is frozen.
I want her to. Oh, there you go. You back?
So Gargamel cat. Notice I said cat. Name Asriel. Asriel.
Isn't it like the angel of death or something?
Yeah, that's the
always let us go though, right?
Yeah.
He'll play with us because cats play with their food, but he'll let us go. So what is Yehuda?
Like a lichen, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Lyrons.
Yeah.
So you said the big Y. I teach this too. What's on your face? Look, your eyebrows form a Y.
Oh, I guess facts.
Right?
Yeah, right. Like Y. Okay.
Okay, then it's your pyramid. Your nose is an A. A. And then your mouth is an H.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Wait,
get it? W.
Yehuda name.
Huh. You're a brilliant woman. Gratitude for that.
Oh, and you got I am on your hands.
No, go ahead.
I am is wrote on your hands. Hold on. Let me get my look. I know my people probably losing their man right now.
Oh,
look.
Wait. I guess I'm gonna add once you're done because you just sparked something in me.
Yes, that's why I wanted to say something.
It's my left hand. I'm just tracing what's already there. Okay. I'm not making nothing. Right. Okay. Because remember, Moses went up into the burning bush, and Moses had met the flame of fire that was inside his pineal gland, his third eye. Because straightened out the serpent before he went up there, right? So that meant he straightened out the Delaney, right? And he had to go in the, which was up here, right? To go talk to God. Right. Okay. So when he went up into the mountains, into his higher self to talk to the one true living God, which is a flame of fire, 98 degrees inside of you. So he said, who are you? He said, who are you? The bush was like, take your shoes off and ground with the earth because you standing on holy ground, right? So off and connected with the earth because the earth and the air and all the elements connected. And look.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I am.
Yeah, I am. Okay.
Which is why it's always like this, right? Jesus character is always like this.
I am.
They said he had something in his hands, didn't they?
I guess it would be that.
My hands.
When I first started to discover Yehuda, man, okay, like I said, he came to me in a dream. I used to call them Shaway, and I had a dream about it. It was a gene. I've talked about this before. I don't know how many of you've been following me for a long time. You may remember. I had a dream about it. It was a genome. He was standing like Civil War times. He was in the middle of a field, and it was like I was coming from the sky, and he was looking up, and he said to me, they pronounce it Shaway. And I said, what the fuck? And so, because my cousin Emil, who's in the chat, he used to say Yahweh all the time. And I went to him and I said, they came to me and said, they call him Shaway. And he said, do your research on it. Don't shy away from it. Do your research on it. So I did my research on it. And when I went and I found it, I want to say it's Hebrew. It was WYH. Shah, which is the W, Wa was the Y, and Hey was the H. It was like Hey. And I said, oh my fucking goodness. So that is what I used to call it in reference before I found the name, which somebody told me like that's Yehuda, and somebody came to me and was like, how do you know who Yehuda is? This was like years and years and up 10 years ago, but he came to me in a dream. And I'm telling you, I don't know, when you put that, the Y, that's what I saw, because the letters were YH, not WHY. It was WYH. Shah-Wah-Hey.
Wow.
And that's what that reminded me of. And that's what I wanted
to. Can I play another song that coincides with what you just said?
Yes.
Okay, so this song is Midnight. Midnight is really, really deep, y'all. But listen to this. He talking about the Y HWH that is found in each one of your molecular cells, your bio cells. He talking about what's inside of your being, what's inside of your genetics, right? Your chromosomes, right? We all talking about, because all this is going together. Wait a minute. So here we go.
Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pivotal time, right now. Choose before a place where no choices be. Him highly Selassie spoke to these issues in specificity. Before the escalate, happen early, humble into liberty. Now it's not about triviality. Rastaman elevate the wisdom tree.
You hear him say that the Rasta man invaded the wisdom tree because the wisdom is established in the womb. So the only way that you have access to the wisdom is through the womb. You understand that? Okay? I want to.
For souls to live in joy, resonating, marinating in beauty. Let the positive rhetoric and the economics interlock and purify I and I holy. Highly holy. Highly world cycle immunity elevate. Don't you know?
So he's saying the coming together of the oneness can get rid of the immunity, right? Together, because you said we infected by a virus, right? But raising the consciousness together gets rid of, because we all got these YHWH molecules in our cells. We all got these suns inside of us. We got these, because we got trillions of cells, right? I say on my laugh jokingly, I say if Johnny had 1 trillion cells and each one of those cells has a sun, how many suns does Johnny truly have? Johnny got trillions of suns, right? So Johnny is literally a walking ball of fire, right? That's why we got that temperature like that, because we are literally the fire, right? The YHWH.
True. It take a painful, a lot of error, a lot of miscue. Hear me? Yeah. Oh yeah. The oneness of man in the YHWH. The genome sequence in it. The name of the Most High in every modulation of DNA. People right now, stop twisting, squirming, serpent. The carbon have taken its place. And what I must be, Jala, I must obey. Yeah. Cellular law, supersede your law and order, one rule.
So cells got cellular law that supersedes they law and order. Did y'all hear that, Jim? You see why I be ready to fall out my chair when I watch your last Quatita. I'm over here listening to this reggae music, and then you would get on here and be saying stuff that's in the song, and I'm over here like yelling at the screen like.
As that's playing, they told me they're like showing me shit with this again, girl. I'm over here floored. What they did was show me the eye. Reason why they always talking about Horus and how they did this. It looks just like this. It's the eye, but it comes like this, and then it's like this, and it's like this. And then they showed me what they were telling me about the crown and how the crown had the golden, and that's where they get the crowns from, right? With the chakra colors. And it's like each side is like your head. If you can see inside your head, your brain, your mind, not the brain, the mind, your consciousness, is like this all the way around your fucking head, where these are portal entrances, and it all comes into a point like this, into the access in the middle, your crown that comes the fuck up. Continue to play that.
I want to add on to that when you're done.
Okay, you shoot. Okay, because this is
I'm
we
going
is
to. I'll
getting
add after
real.
she's done.
Look, it's getting real spiritual.
It is.
I know the old cry in the earth is great. The immigrant image need adjustment space. Yeah. White wagon cover, white boat sail, exceedingly white sanitary trail, trailer park, modern moving, nomadic ways. Remember, hear me out. Study the settlement chronology, you see. Nothing's changed.
Knowledge.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Nothing new under the sun.
Is it you can, you should. Remove the burdens, modify the living good. Destiny is subject to the decisions I and I make. Simple, humble, love and forgive. Love body in relate. Related I say it. Related I say it. Related I say it. Related I say it. The very spark of life is still mystery. Man in the 20th century have destroyed more man than combined natural catastrophe. Negative and dissonance even in bodily frequency. Stag antlers and the wild trophy. Look, you see, drop off the deer head for the beauty of his natty, of his dignity. Rowena and Marcel, don't destroy yourself to be free. Babylon pushing the emotion button, triggering calamity, triggering through the infrared scope.
He said Babylon, which is lower chakra, people living in trauma, people not getting over things, people not working on themselves, people stay in that low state of man called poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And stuck in poverty, they can't vibrate into wealth. And so they pass on generational poverty instead of generational wealth.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, that actually this actually is supporting what I've been trying, what I feel like I need to say. I don't even know if how do I even put this? So when we think about the term frequency, right? When you say frequency, how do you visualize that?
So
like, how does that look to both of you all?
Frequency is music, right?
Uh-huh.
They understand the universe is to understand music. And my name not Jazzy, just I'm Jazzy. I play music, right?
Yeah.
Music is low frequency or it's high frequency, right? That's it. There's no other frequency. Either you playing high or you playing low. So that's like on the piano, you could play a song like 3 bland mice. That's low frequency, right? 3 bland mice. See how they run, right? But if I up the tempo, I could sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'm playing the same exact beat.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Let me add this. I keep hearing Theo say to me, animism and torque. So I'm like, what is that? Because I wanted you to go back to diadem. And I remember you, Petita, saying something about how our crystals they used to sit around our head. Yes. And when I think about frequency, I guess I should have asked you in terms of the motion. I think about frequency as a spinning motion. It spins. Yeah. And I wonder, and when something spins, you see as a TV show, The Flash, when he vibrates so quickly, he disappears. So I wonder, and the torque just simply means, let me research a torque. So, and it said it's just motion, right? To go around. And so I wonder if we can stop for a second to visualize our crystals and the animism, it's spinning. Because I feel like there may be something there. Go ahead, Petita.
So this is how I see frequency. Okay. For me, frequency, I see it as brainwave activity and vibration. And I hear you say in a cyclone, but I see it as a pattern. It vibrates, and if it keep vibrating so high, it's going to keep going. You know what I mean? Break. It'll break. And I can understand it also being this way. as you say that, because sometimes when I'm meditating, I see the colors go around me, and I pretend that I have wings, or I imagine I have wings, and they wrap around me, and they wrap around as the colors circle me in a certain motion, and then I have some that comes out. Say it again.
I said, and you do have wings. You're not imagining. You do.
Like that. Is it possible for us to vibrate from one end to another?
Yes,
that's why they were showing me this, because they said it comes out and comes all the way down through the yoni.
So this is how we bend space and time. This is how we create a worm. This is called a worm, where we can literally bend space and time upon itself to get out of here.
Now let me go to my notes, because I took this note months ago. Let me go to my notes. Oh, no.
I mean, we're getting out of here. I hope y'all understand that. We getting out this joint.
Let me
we moving out.
I would like to
move into higher land. You hear me? And whoever don't got no knowledge will be destroyed because they can't go. Because a lot of folks were standing around waiting on somebody to save them. Because they not
have to be creative. All this is about being creative. Like, one thing I noticed that the past life has unlocked for me is that you have to pull from multiple fields of discipline in order to get some form of truth. Like, we have to stop thinking about things in such a monolithic way, because it's actually not helping us.
Okay, I'm gonna just read you some of this. I won't read it out because it is long, but
okay.
And that also spoke to what they had me do was, right, I was driving. And they had me go and look at this man's video. And what he did was he was rolling the ball back and forth. And it wasn't until he dipped the ball and he dipped the middle of the thing that the ball did like this and went down into it, right? And so brain waves, waves of communication, as we are beings of energy. Yes, that right there. We are waves of energy, ether waves, frequency, lines, color, coded, magnetism, magnetizing energy fields. We're not supposed to sleep. We're already charged beings. We're not supposed to die. We are ethereal energy beings that are immortal and don't die. We are sentient inside of this physical realm because of our consciousness tells us so. Third earth, second earth. Second earth is a dream space. Third earth is the virtual reality that we are in the simulation, the spirit dome. When we go into the first earth, which is our natural state of being inside of all frequency and galaxy, that is the intranet herself, galaxy of waves of energy, crystallized just like lightning, hitting sand, creating diamonds, or creating the crystal that spark and waves. And so when they showed me that, they showed me and told me to go and look at that shit. And that's what it was. I can't even find it right now where I actually was talking about this and the spinning of this realm and how it dips down into this.
You see this, Quatina?
I wrote this. Yes, like that.
So this is these lines is called a tensor field, and they say these lines are ubiquitous, right? Ubiquitous is nothing more than omnipresence. This is Adina.
Yes, that's why they had
fabric of the universe.
I wrote this down. I was driving, texting in my phone. I also wrote down the algorithms, frequency. I have to find it because I didn't even put it in. When I started writing this shit, I did not put it into the class. I kept it. And I was like, why am I keeping this? I'm keeping it because of that. I'm going to let you go because I'm going to look for it real quick. Because I got to find it because I got to tell you what the fuck I wrote. These are all
Here's some brain waves that people, you interested in brain waves. Here's some of the brain waves that I found.
This is also what Jazz just said. Music, vibration, and frequency. Music frequency is a mixture of wave patterns and frequencies meant to activate and trigger certain things inside of the brain. The words are the programming. I'm telling you, bro. I was in my car screaming. All of this here is like from me, motherfucking. I was driving, putting this in text via code. Because they was telling me shit, bro. And this is my class. I didn't even put all of this shit in the fucking class. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I could not. I could not. I did not put it out in there, bro. Oh my God. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Okay, give it to us.
Nina, the source code is one of great magnificence. She's not just the source, she's the code itself. The DNA coding, when you can unlock the code of the DNA, you can unlock the code of the fabric of the universe, of the multiverse, of central intelligence, which will help you to gain all knowledge and wisdom. They believe that they have all knowledge, but they know that they don't have all knowledge because they cannot unlock the source code. That's what they're trying to find, the code of how she is, who she is, the genetic sequence of all fabrics of existence, of the DNA of blood. They can tell you that they can tell you anything, but really they don't know, and they're trying to unlock it. But they have all of the key code. They don't have all of the key codes because they can't find the complete source of intelligence, the great oneness, the understanding of great oblivion. Because to have that would be to release them from the hell in their prison, and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they had me go and look at this. They kept saying the source code, you have to understand. And I didn't put it in class because I couldn't understand why they were showing me that and had me keep looking at these videos.
And can I add something to that?
Please do.
So with the source code, that go back to the womb, right? So the womb is the source. So and allegedly, and wait a minute, hold on. What we supposed to say? This is alleged and for educational purposes only. But
let me
why
put that
are
back
our
to it. Go ahead.
Why are our stem cells stolen? Why is the afterbirth, the uterus, stolen? Why is the uterus stolen? They've been stealing. You could go look on Hidden Colors and see that they'll tell you they was telling people that they had cancer who didn't have cancer, and they was taking their wombs from them so they can get them stem cells, right? Why? She just said they want to know how to tap into that. I'm telling you what they doing, right? Allegedly.
Is there an algorithm on each organ of our cells? Like, you understand what I mean? Like, is there an algorithm on our organs?
Every cell vibrate at a certain frequency. Is that what you're saying? Because they play music, they organs.
Yeah, because for some reason I keep seeing like they're trying to create like the magical square. If you think about magical squares, it's just a keypad that you dial numbers into, right? So for some reason, something about that feels like they're trying to bring out a specific energy, a signature, a vibration from a specific part of our organs. Because something about that, yeah, I don't know. Something about that feels like they're harvesting for a specific reason, because something about our organs are different.
So how do you play a harp? One string at a time?
Yeah, like the little yeah, like that.
Harp is a piano, correct? It's just a piano. It's just spinning. If you lay it sideways, like that hourglass she had, if you lay it sideways, then you can control the frequency. Because on Shrek, when they was about to go check the devil had Peter Piper start playing the flute, and everybody started dancing, and they couldn't stop dancing. So nobody couldn't go jack the devil up because they out there. You feel me? What is we doing right now?
That's how they control everything, by music.
Okay, so how do we uncontrol it?
The mind and the neuron. It's the mind too. We have to.
That's why we raise the frequency inside of the music. When I do it, and we raising the frequency, we're calling out to the deities to help us to control that that cipher. I'm gonna read y'all this. I found some more of it. The cipher. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna be quick. It's kind of a lot, but I'm gonna let you go here, Jazz.
No, I was just saying, or what's his name? Bob Marley.
Yes.
He say, how
will
they how they sit around and look. Right? Bob Marley also said this. It's time to go. He said, Africans unite. because we moving out of Babylon. He said Babylon system is the vampire. I'm just saying reggae music is conscious reggae and it's dance house reggae. Reggae is the spiritual Negro music that's gonna raise your consciousness to get you out of here.
That part
is reggae music because they telling you about Ra, they telling you about his emperor majesty, they telling you about Yehuda, right? They telling you about Ethiopia's Addis Ababa, they telling you about the ancient, the oneness, the consciousness. They not on there like we about to go kill dude over there and we gonna shoot bruh and we gonna get the runs. They ain't saying that. That's what other folks saying. We got to raise the you know, because words are spells, right?
So that's why I exactly said the words are the programming.
Because if it's a foolishness, then what we gonna do?
Because when you're raising the frequency to the music and you're changing that energy, it is what you're going into your mind. So if they want you to think about killing your brother, your sister, like I want you to focus in your intention on killing that energy and raising your energy to a different cipher. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to read y'all this and I'm going to try to go fast, but please understand that I was doing this text by voice. So some of my words are fucked up and I'm going to have to figure out what the fuck I was saying, but I'm going to read it to you.
No problem. Take your time. We got you.
Okay. Reincarnation, a cipher of energy. Yehuda says, look up cipher. I know Fleur, talking about Fleur Brun, has said something today about cipher being like a loop or 360 of some sort, ciphering energy, karmic ties. I want to know what is the matrix. Once I said that, then the question became, I am asking what the matrix is. They asked me, are you asking what the matrix is or by design? And I said, what's the real question? Okay, so I want to know what the matrix is by definition, by title, by authority, by design, by sequence, by procreation. The matrix is a harvesting of energies and encapsulation of servitude and frequency, a monitor of ether beings, a program-based facility, hydroelectric living laboratory, hell. But why is it? Why was it developed? Why was it designed? Was it designed to include the humanoid species known as the genome, the others, the ribotoids, the silicons, also known as the econs, the dispiritus? I don't know what that means, but they said that the dispiritus is what we refer to as the planners. The dispiritus is the pronunciation, one whose spirit is dead, a planter, one who cannot grow any further. The macloids and the rhino beings, the rhino beings, can't pronounce that good. The e-rhinos is what it is. Nothing can prepare you for what the matrix is or what the matrix does. It is a classification of codes and algorithms. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a frequency, a post, session, the vibration, the frequency. Germans believe that they discovered algorithms, so says the soul and spirit, but they did not. You can't discover what was already there. You can't create what was already in creation. A web of webbing of lifeline energies to say central intelligence, a computer system. The matrix is all of these things, a conglomerate of energetic studies, energy, vibration, vibrational waves, light, sound waves, molecules, and diaspora. What are body cells and how do cells work? And now I said, okay, I was just watching a video about space-time continuum. And in that, the German talked about Einstein and how if you roll a ball on a flat surface, ball rolling a straight line, even coming back. But if you put something in the center that weighs it down and the ball will begin to curve. So that in that moment of hearing that, I began to hear about reincarnation again, because the line it goes around straight line or curvature in a space line. continue on. It doesn't break. It doesn't stop. It doesn't cease to exist. Depending on the ball, how it's rolled, how it moves will depend on the frequency pattern, the vibration of the ball, as well as the line that it creates. So there are two separate matters. You have the ball in this motion, the friction, the frequency, and then you have the line, the space of the continuum of time in the vibration in which it creates based on the ball. It's more, but I'm gonna let that be that. I didn't add that in class because I didn't know how to fucking teach that. And I know that was a lot.
That was perfect. It was a lot. But it just supports everything that we've been saying. We are being hit on all sides. That's essentially what that told me, is because, like, although we have authority over our own personal matrix, we also have given authority to our own personal matrix to other people that is now manipulating that. And so I can so see what you're saying by that, like manipulating the space fabric and time through like moving this ball. I know exactly, like I can see exactly what you're saying, similar to something like that. So I guess my question is this. Again, I know we get a lot of information, but I really want to know, like, how do we begin to apply this in terms of like maybe meditation, maybe visualizations? I don't know if it's we need to eat, but I feel like there needs to be a system of things that need to happen in order to prepare our vessels for an exodus or for a change in reality. And I'm not really sure what that is, but I feel like we can come up with that together as a collective to figure out what that actually looked like. Because I know you talked about doing 7 days of just juicing. And I also think that in that time, we shouldn't be speaking. We should be practicing more telepathic communication. But what else do you all think we need to do to bring us to our higher level? Based on the work that you've been doing and based on the things that you've been studying, what do you think would be helpful? I'm posing this to everyone, by the way, those watching as well.
I don't know. I really don't. I believe and I understand and I agree with what you just said. I feel like, honestly, if we're going to do it and we're going to sit in solitude, because sometimes they've had me do it for 3 days at a time where I can't speak and sit in solitude. Now that makes sense as to why. But I feel like you have to gain the knowledge. You have to be willing to learn and listen to them. And that's where that Bible verse comes in, where it says you would be better off sitting in a closet, you know what I'm saying, by yourself than in a pulpit or church or whatever they say. Gaining knowledge, because when you sit with self, you understand self. And again, like, I know this was a lot that I said, but I believe that it has substance to it to answer certain things, even from the ciphering and the returning of energy. You have to understand who you are, where you came from, to understand where you're needing to go. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, in the future, in 5 years from now, I want to be at my best in career. No, I mean by nature, by understanding, by cosmic law. Where did you come from and how can you get back to where you need to go? You have to understand in a specific way. So if you're going to sit in solitude, you got to be willing to hear that knowledge and understand it. Go ahead, Jazz.
I wasn't doing nothing. I was just, I mean, I could say something.
Yeah, no, I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, what you think?
We're going around the
application.
I'm listening, but y'all know my man going 40 north right now, as a lot of people's are right now.
I wanted to know your opinion about what I've read, because this for me, what y'all had said just aligned in that, and I was really wanting to hear what y'all had to say about that shit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I definitely didn't go into it. But I'll let you go first then, Jazz, and then I'll go back into mine.
I mean, it's so much right now. I'm on the we in the internet, we Charlotte's Web, we the time you did this with the time thing, and then our crowns got lights coming out of them, and we breaking the matrix by raising the consciousness, but yet we preparing to go back to another matrix, because you from the womb you came, to the womb you shall return, right? So it's like we got a lot of work to do. Like you said, we gotta lead Exodus, we gotta get the conscious back, because we stuck in this state of man collectively. Yes. That's the problem. And it's like we have enough intelligence to raise the vibration, but we don't have order, we don't have we got to come together. And something I'm thinking about right now, like we could do some type of leaving Babylon thing. Because I mean, I'm all about leaving Babylon, but we could do some type of, but people have to understand it take knowledge to leave Babylon. You can't just say you want to leave and you're not willing to do the work.
Quatita, what is it? Okay, I hear you. What is this, Jazzy? How do you describe a cipher?
As a womb?
As a womb, okay. And Quatita, how did you describe the cipher again?
It's a cyclone of energy, a returning of energy. Like even when they go on into a cipher is like one person rapping, and then they're gonna go around the room and everybody is ciphering their energy, they're rapping. And then you can also say a cipher is a collective of like harvesting and sucking out of someone's energy as well. So it's an energy reincarnation and returning and giving.
When you said that they're rapping, it immediately made me feel suffocated, as if I was losing my energy. Remind me of the video we watched, like rap battle ciphers. It feels like it is, but I'm reading here in terms of what a cipher is in technology. It says a cipher is also called an encryption algorithm. And there are systems for encrypting and decrypting data. So I find that to be very interesting. So if we know that music, as Jazzy said, is the key, and rappers have ciphers, and those ciphers are powerful, then maybe we need to create our own cipher that can decrypt the data that has the corrupt data, right? The worms or the viruses that is a part of our private network. Because our private network isn't actually corrupt. It's been manipulated. Do I feel like pressure, light, and gas is how I feel? And so it's just a manipulation, but it's not fully taken over. We still have authority over it, but it's something about this cipher, I feel like, in terms of encrypting and decrypting the data that's been put upon us. And that goes back to what you said about raising the frequency. Give it to me, Q.
So when I talked about the crown, this is what I want to say about that. So when you see the king and queens, when they're wearing crowns, right, that's a mockery of what they see when they look at us. Because again, that's why they pointed it out. You have a golden light that beams from your crown here, and then you have the other chakras that are of different colors that come around. So when you're looking at an actual crown that the king and queen wears, that's what it is. So when you're looking at these things, these beings, what you say, Jazz?
That's called your diadem.
Okay, so when you're looking at that, they're making a mockery, and those who wear those crowns over the monarchs, those are the reptilians that are ciphering the energy, as they were just saying in the video that we played. So those are the representations of those two. So when they said to me, the Quarian and the Keterians, and they how their mockery of it. When I Googled Quarian, I saw that it was a made up world of divine beings or whatnot that are trying to return home. Now I know you said you looked up Quaterian or something, right, AJ?
Yeah, I looked it up, and I kind of got the same thing. But yesterday when I was driving, I heard the word again, but you'd also know what I heard after that? Quintuplet. And I'm like, wait, what? And Jazzy, you just gave me, quintuplet means be like five times greater, right? And you just told me number 5 talks about power. So I don't know why that associated with each other. I'm like, quinteria, quintuplet. Like,
well,
I get that.
Yehuda, the symbol for Yehuda is this, and Adina is this, the 7. He is like the power, he is the pineal gland, the power, he is the foresight, he is the matrix itself, the simulation throughout the body, like diadem.
So are we supposed to, so is our diadem consisting of 5 parts or 5 elements that we need to build?
They removed our consciousness of Yehuda and then put curses in our mouth, and we was led by the curses because the consciousness we couldn't raise up to that. We couldn't get in that simulation. We couldn't, we couldn't get up there. So because we couldn't get up there, we stayed down here.
Right.
And you remember during slavery, they put this over our mouth, the woman.
So hence
the woman.
Hence the fall, we're the fallen angels because you fell from frequency.
But so that diadem is like, so the diadem is still there and we're like here. So it's like, it sits outside the body almost, right?
Yeah, well, the spiritual energy, yes, right. Absolutely, right?
Right. We only could get to this set. Most of us can't get to the 7 to even access the other ones because it's other ones, but we can't.
The oversoul.
Right. Yeah, we get there because we stuck in the lower consciousness. We can't.
But it does not mean that we cannot see it. It does not mean that Yehuda cannot show it to us, no?
Correct, because he is the Ziggy, like on Quantum Leap. He knows all of the things because he is the simulation. And so he's going to give you the probability and the ratio of what is the probability of happening. And so when they make the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, because everything is still functioning and is still going. In that video that we played earlier, and they said, you can't control the energy. So if these are the chakras are energy points and portals. So you got energy coming in and out that you're not controlling, which makes you feel fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
And you're hearing and connecting to all kind of energies and you don't know why. You feel a certain way. You hearing something. You don't notice the fucking cat over there that you connected with. You know what I'm saying? So you have all of these energy points and frequencies and chakras and portals going on, but you haven't, like she said, they removed it. So when they remove the shit, they're now making a mockery and they're wearing it. You're looking at who's controlling this system in the simulation.
But we can
and up our butt literally, and we like what is it called?
Ventriloquist.
Say. And we don't got our own words or our own language, or ain't that the algorithm or our language? Because the word is God, God is the word. We do got our own language, but we not allowed to use it. Because think about it. What we say right now, children make up the language. You got to go ask your child what somebody said. Well, your youth, you got to go ask your youth what somebody said. The youth be like, they standing on business. You be like, what that mean? You serious, mama? They mean you serious. Like, oh, okay. I'm standing up. You got to go ask the younger generation how to talk. Am I right or wrong?
Like the babies, you see the videos, Jazz, with the babies, and then you say, no. You say it like this, but no. They're speaking the correct language.
Yeah, they were speaking the real language, and then we dumped them down, telling them this a cat, this a dog, and all that other stuff.
And that is why I do not participate in collective linguistics, because so many of us say things that are not applicable to our reality. We say, I'm being cheated on, or he hate me, and she's all, but it's like, is that actually happening in your reality? More times than not, it's some type of like invocation that you're putting over yourself. So it's like, we are so used to pulling from the collective in the way that is so negative for our lives. But I want people to start to understand, like, when you make these type of statements, like marriage is hard, is that truly your reality? Because it don't have to be. Like, we have to start innovating the way that we speak. Kotita, you said that when we spoke, you were changing the face of your reality because you changed the way you spoke. Your syntax, your linguistics was different with how you were programming our reality. So I wonder if it's not that we don't have access to our original language, it's that we need to just call out to it to bring it down. It's no different than our past lives trying to integrate with us, yes? So why wouldn't our DNA and our diadem, which love us, which is a part of us, why wouldn't that too start to descend down into, or we, I guess, ascend up into meet it? Is that all possible?
I mean, we gotta go up to meet it because we gotta raise the vibration.
You gotta raise the frequency.
Right.
And that's part of your oversoul. Your oversoul are all of the collective energies in which you were at one point, which you still are. So that means if this is Theodore, right? And you're right here as AJ, this is AJ, and this is Theodore, then there's other spans of energy prior to that that goes all the way up. You know what I mean? And you're only accessing this because they've already told you that you can't access only a pea-sized part of your actual consciousness is that what you're accessing. They say brain, we're not talking about the physical, we're talking about the consciousness. And that's when they say you're only accessing because they want you to. That's why they keep you at a certain vibration and frequency, because if you vibrate any higher, you will see what they don't want. You'll see behind the veil what they don't want you to see. They have no power.
Yeah, you would be looking down on what they doing. And you that's how we could see. And people are like, how do you know that? Because I'm sitting up here looking down.
That's why you feel fragmented and crazy, because you're not merged together with all of yourselves. And when you become merged together, you're merged with the grandmother herself.
Yes.
You know, oh, sorry, go ahead, Jazz.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead, sis. I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna let you go.
So wait a minute, well, I was gonna say something about the frequency, about the I don't forget. I'll get it back. Go ahead.
Kotita, I don't know if you remember us having this conversation about gray matter within the brain.
I think we did. Yeah. I think.
And you know, and I know you know, Jazzy, please chime in on this. And there's a TV show called Gray Matter. And so remember I told you how when Princess Diana came through and she told you that they have reset your life plenty of times? Do you remember that? They reset your timeline plenty of times and they cannot understand how you constantly remember. And I think it has something to do with the gray matter, because your gray matter is literally what controls your perception, your sensations, your spatial awareness. So I wonder if the gray matter is really important in our ability to really connect with that, if that can somehow increase our level of awareness. Because your gray matter is affected by alcohol and gameplay and playing the game.
It goes back into the movie where The Forgotten, when they're trying to see who they can make forget.
Right.
Go ahead, Jazz.
So I do know, because we the ancient Mayans, right? Oh, me going to channel that energy, right? So with being the ancient Mayans, we are the ones who locked the reptilians up.
Okay.
Study that. So we locked them up inside the bottom of the water, right? And when we locked them up inside the bottom, you know, the pits of hell, the abyss. Okay, so we knew how to put them in there because we was using our whole man as a Mayan civilization. You gotta think that's an advanced civilization. We are no longer that because we fell from that advancement, right? You know, we are here, we ain't there. So if we was there, we'd know that we was them people, right?
Right.
Most of us don't know that we those people. You have to help, because when I do my lives, I tell people I don't teach you anything. I just help you remember and research. That's your job to, because I do know that we got hit in the head and we lost our consciousness. And the crazy thing, y'all, when I was like 6 years old, I remember hearing that word for the first time, amnesia. And I remember asking my mama, like, what's amnesia? And my mama was like, because I was still the science kid. So I was, you know, I got on people's nerves because I wanted to know everything. So I'm like, what's amnesia? My mama like, when you get hit in the head and you don't remember who you are. And I remember being 6. You know, your mind open when you 6. So I remember being 6 years old. Like, what if I got amnesia? What if I got the head? What
At
if
6?
Yeah, no, seriously, because I was cool.
Okay.
I'm just remembering because I was weird as a child, and I put those memories away because people made me feel bad. I had friends. Me and Quartina, we done talked about this. because you know, a lot of people, I don't know. Some people remember, some people don't. But I remember being a child, like Quartita talking about getting whoopings for peeing in the bed. I was that child too. Because my thing was, I remember the darkest part of the room, because it's levels of darkness, right? You can see, when you were a child, you could see the darkest part of the room, and that's where voices be coming from, the darkest part of the room. And if you put the cover on your head, maybe you can't see that. You know, when you a child, you don't realize what's going on. You don't know that's the spiritual realm and it's dark and blah, blah, blah. You just know you hear some people talking and you don't understand. And I remember, I know that the darkest part of the room is under my bed. So I am not putting my ankle, which is the sole of my foot, down there, because they is not touching none of that. I knew stuff like this as a child, but I didn't have the knowledge to say this, you know. And my mama taking me to go see shrinks, psychiatrists, psychologists, you know, whoever she taking me to go see. I'm in there, got them people wanting to go see somebody, because I'm starting to tell, you know, I didn't know that I came here like this. This is how I mean, you know. So I teach on my last two that we weird. And I teach people to embrace weird, because weird means supernatural. So the world teaches you to be normal. That's why they call it normalizing things. And we are weird. That's why most of us end up in psych wards and psychiatric hospitals on psych meds with mental illness. You know, we end up with issues because we so out of alignment with who we really are. Because we come here naturally inquisitive. We come here naturally being artists, and you know, we was making macaroni paintings. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until somebody said that's ugly, then now we don't make them no more. You know, when we was being ourselves, you know, people stopped us from being who we really, you know. I had a rock collection when I was little. Now I got a crystal store because I done upgraded being myself. But had I not knew myself and embraced myself, where would I be? You know, I played with books as a child. I didn't play with toys. I was in there acting like I was reading. The internet wasn't even out, so I couldn't say I was mimicking being on the internet. But I was, because I was sitting in the room like, okay, y'all, we gonna learn about. So who was I talking to? But
Your
I was
team.
like this with cars. Ask my mama. I was in the back dealing cars. I was giving readings. I didn't even know what a reading was. I'm back there like with the cars. Quartita, you gave me a reading and told me I got a gift with numbers, right? I was playing with cards over there with numbers.
I was at your reading. I think that's how I met you. I don't know if you remember. I sat right next to you.
You said, yeah, okay. I thought it was behind, yeah, to the side or something. Yes.
It was like, yeah, we were close to each other.
Keep sitting behind my friend. We was out, because we met in real life, and look at us on here.
Yeah,
we was there trying to figure out who done did something to our people. We trying to get to the bottom of some stuff or and whatever. Because remember, she kept asking me questions and she kept going to you, and then she asked you something and then come back to me. And we had so much stuff in common, and that's when we was like, we all connected.
Absolutely. All connected.
That go back to when she read her class back, that we all connected. We all Charlotte's Web. We all got numbers alike. We all got characteristics alike. And then that's one reason too I read astrology, because I'm like, you know, like watch this connection. We gonna do it right here in real time for the people.
Yes, ma'am.
Day 10/24, right? Okay. And then what's your birthday? Just give me the month and the day.
12/21.
Because I ain't gonna get too complicated. Okay. That's and then my birthday. Okay. So let's go right here. We're gonna go right here. So in Quartita's birthday, Quartita has she got a 6. So with her having 6, she got 3s. Right? With her having 3s, 2s, and she got 4. Okay, so I'm gonna go to your birthday. your birthday is the 12th, right? I mean, your month file in the 12th month. Isn't that a number 3? Okay.
Correct.
They file on the 21st. Isn't that a 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm a master number 33, and so is she. Isn't those 3s?
Really?
I just and her done read each other.
Whoa, that's right? Strange, but that's beautiful at the same time.
No, not strange. This is mathematicals. Y'all said algorithms. Let's get to it, okay? I'm telling you, we are algorithms, but we lack knowledge. You understand?
Oh, can I stop you for a second? Listen.
Go ahead.
Okay, wait. Okay, so listen. Oh my God, that's it, y'all. So I remember so 2 things. I remember Spirit telling me to go into the library and look up your birthday in the Dewey Decimal System and find the book associated with that. There's knowledge in it. I remember looking up my book, and it actually it's actually in correlation to my past life with Tita. Now that I think about it, it was about quantum mechanics. Furthermore, when you're speaking about your past life, I keep hearing that, oh, this is so interesting. So in my past life reading, I had a lover who killed me in a fire, who was tethered to my vessel. He was attached to me. Biracial or genome, but he was a fan of mine, right? A fan of my work, but he killed me in the fire. I've since released him. It makes me wonder now, think about Trojan horses in past life. Are they putting malware on our past lives that come through as a Trojan horse that prevents us from ever accessing knowledge or information or even exiting out of this paradigm? Because if we're not doing past life readings, we the fuck don't know what's attached to us. So
the virus.
A virus. We can't be a full clean algorithm because we're corrupt data.
End is.
That just kind of stressed me out. I gotta go on mute.
Listen, that was so motherfucking deep. You just blew my mind with all of that. You blew my mind on top of what the fuck she just blew my mind with. Damn, I can't even remember what the fuck I was getting ready to say because that was so deep.
I wasn't finished blowing minds. Look, I'm still over here calculating. So look. Your birthday, Quatita, we started out talking about them 1s and 0s when he showed you that code, right? What month was you born in?
10.
I'm waiting on you to get the 1
and the 0.
Oh, the 1 and the 0.
Yes.
Oh, I was okay. So I mean, you see, okay. So look, so then back to his birthday, that the numbers that he gave me thus far adds up to a 6, right? So with that 6, we both 33, so we got them 6s too. You see how we all sitting together with them 3s, communicating. 3 mean understanding, 3 mean communication. Y'all see, we big understanding and big communicating right now. And also your birthday, the numbers you gave me thus far add up to a 7. My birthday falls on the 16th, which is a 7, right? I'm a broken 7, though. I got some work to do. So I gotta get my 7 together because we all got broken numbers and karmic numbers. Your numbers tell you so much.
Wait, what do you mean by broken number?
Okay, my birthday falls on the 16th, so in actuality, I should be a number 7. But I got issues because I'm a 1 and a 6.
Okay,
so,
I never heard it. It's called it the broken number. That is so significant that you call it a broken number. It's almost like a broken link in the chain almost.
I got teaching the soul. So when I give people readings, I'm in that. I read your numbers and because I don't because I do get people I had to send to you because they call me and they like, I want to know something that you could tell them, right? I mean, because but I'm reading numbers. I gotta work with numbers. I can't do nothing unless you give me some numbers. Like I can't. That's how I read. I read numbers. So I get stuff from I done help somebody. I don't want to say that out loud because I don't want people to start calling me like, who?
Years ago, I tried to get you to do Black Magic panel by reading numbers, bro. Years ago, and it didn't come out again until that Cincinnati event. I just thought about that. That's crazy as fuck. You was cutting my hair at that time. She was my barber.
Yeah. Oh, you're a barber, Jazzy? That is so dope.
You said what?
I didn't know you were a barber. That's so cool.
A barber. Huh? I told him you were my barber at one point.
I didn't know you cut hair.
Yeah. So me being a hairstylist / barber, I work with people's crown chakra because your hair is your crown chakra.
You work with the cosmos. You're a weaver. Cosmetology. You are a weaver. Because the hair is nothing more than the fabric of the universe, is it not?
You see me? Cosmetology, and I work with a lot of hairstylists who don't even know they superheroes. I tell them, but they don't. They think I just be talking. They be like, "Girl, you just like to talk." I be like, "Shh. If you had any wisdom, you would listen."
I keep hearing like, we've been marked, we've just been tagged. I keep hearing that, like, when I go back to, to this past life thing, I keep hearing like, y'all been marked. And I keep seeing how they mark cows.
Well, this is what I was talking about. The Cain and Abel, they were marked. He was marked. I send you out. I put a mark on you. This is what I was talking about. We're talking about DNA. We're talking about procreation.
I keep hearing it like y'all were marked. Like, and I just keep seeing cattle. I don't know fucking cattle, but I mean, that's what they keep showing me.
Well, in this sense also, AJ, do you remember I was talking about how when you put cows inside of this fence, and if you remove that fence, they're still not going to go outside of that line because they have learned to not step outside the boundaries.
Understood.
So then I remember the video I sent you. I don't know. I gotta jog your memory. The one video I sent you about the owner manual.
I don't know. Wait.
Manual.
Of sheeple, of cattle, of sheeple.
Go into it.
Yeah, tell us a little bit.
Okay. So it's like I can't really get too deep into that because
surface level.
I'm gonna resend it to you too, so you can, because you gonna know that. Because when I sent it to you, you was like, "Wowzer!" Like what? Like, it was talking about like basically when you go so high up in the mirror. Okay, so basically, y'all know we looking in a mirror, right?
Right.
We look at the world backwards. You know how, like, if I go get my mirror, hold it up, y'all, it's gonna be backwards. Y'all can't. Nothing. Everything you read gonna be backwards. Everything you see gonna be backwards because I got a mirror up. Only thing is, it's a smoking mirror, so you don't know it's a mirror. You think this is reality. Did y'all catch that, Jim?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we looking at the mirror like that and it's backwards, because that's why they say we got dyslexia, right? Well, I got dyslexia, so I see the world back. So naturally, I see stuff that other people don't see, and a lot of us do, because if you get access to your memories, then you see the world backwards, right? So people that got memories, people that got vivid imaginations, people that some of us got real different kind of minds. Like some of us are real artistic. You got to think we practicing learning how to work our mind. See, people saying we weird because we creating stuff, and we every time we create something, we are Rubik's cube in our minds. So instead of our man having all them colors that's everywhere, our Rubik's cube actually coming together. You know how when you play with cube, I used to play with them when I was little because I take the stickers off and put them on. It mad me out lifting up, like, but I tell you that I could do it. But my uncle told me when I was little that my Rubik's cube is my man. So you got to think I'm up there working the heck out the Rubik's cube because I don't understand how is this my man. I'm a child. I think this and I lost the Rubik's cube actually. I was 6 when he told me that. I probably done lost the Rubik's cube by the time I was 7. But the symbology is real, because they're really, and a lot of people is not playing with their Rubik's cube. They not working their man. They not exercising. They not thinking for themselves. They not raising their consciousness. They not,
why? I just seen this.
We're chosen.
What is it called? I'm just adding on to what you're saying. Because I keep saying this is like a faraday cage. Do y'all know what that is? It's how they block out frequencies. It's almost like what they, oh my God, faraday cage. Let me see. It's kind of what you need to put in your house to block out a lot of radiation. It's kind of what's on people's minds. A faraday cage is a container made of conducting materials such as wires or mesh or metal plates that shields what is enclosed from external electrical fields. It kind of, the mind kind of, like, let me see if I can show you all what that looks like.
This is what I was telling him. Like, this is his study of his work from past lives. They took a lot of his shit and they used it. And this is where it comes in at, bro.
Because I've seen it so clearly. It's the mind is in the faraday cage. Like, if this, like, it looks like that. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, like a Rubik's Cube.
Like a Rubik's Cube. That's what I keep seeing. But this it's electrical chart. And the thing is, it's electrical manipulation. Like, all of this is the manipulation of laws of electricity, especially when you look at the cities as the circuit, as the motherboard. This is about the manipulations of laws of electricity. They are literally doing things to, again, drain us of our power, of our energy. And that gate, that Faraday cage is around a lot of our minds. It's blocking the frequency, it's blocking the signal.
So, yes, okay, gotcha. Heard you, AJ. Understood. Mm-hmm. Is that the same thing as what you showed us earlier? And I said that's like Metatron's cube.
Absolutely. It's the same thing.
Wow. Look, the thumbs up.
So on Transformers, look at me. I'm about to watch it now.
Okay.
On Transformers 1, Behind the Dark Moon. Let's keep in mind that's what it's called, Behind the Moon. Because remember, we just said they come in from behind, right? Okay. So in that one, they showed us that they went to the Hoover Dam, right? AKA the Grand Canyon.
Mm.
Allegedly. Because some of us know that that's really Egypt, right? Allegedly. So, and we know that the Grand Canyon is aligned with the stars. We know that, right? And we know that we are the original astronomers and astrologers. So we should have a relation with the stars because we come from Sirius and Orion and Judah. Right. Okay. So with that being said, they took the Allspark. Right? And the Allspark could give life to anything. Remember on there when Bumblebee had to go in there and turn it into a little bitty cube because it was a real big cube. And he had to break it down to a little bitty cube. And a little bitty piece of it got on the on something. And remember, it fell in the kitchen and all the appliances came alive. Okay, so
I haven't seen a lot of them.
Oh, I got all 6 of them. I don't play. Transformers. When I tell you I was infatuated with them when I was little. So by the time I was a grown up, I already knew a lot of stuff about And the crazy thing, I don't know what my relationship is with Aristotle, but y'all, when I tell y'all. Not Aristotle, Plato, because Plato, look, this how much I'm into Plato. Aristotle got his training from Plato. He was one of his students, right? I studied these people because Aristotle, Plato, all of them break down the soul, they break down the shapes. They got our knowledge. Why? Because we taught them. So when they made up these characters and hid our knowledge behind these characters, you got to go in these places to find our knowledge. These are places that I had to go, right? I'm just saying it's a lot of knowledge in there if you could go in there.
I'm going to look at it because I'm getting ready to look it up. But you know what I was going to say? I was thinking when I had first started reading, Spirit had told me to they kept saying, use the Pythagorean theorem. I'm not good with math at all. So that shit, when I went to it and tried to understand it, I fucking
Let me see.
Like
It was 9.
Yeah.
I get they sent me over there to Plato, and I'm like, what? Because you know, Plato got a book about Atlantis. And Plato Atlantis. And in Plato's book in Atlantis, he break down when Christopher Columbus had landed. He landed allegedly in a ship that had teeth. It was a beast.
Now, see, this is what I'm talking about, because now that I'm looking up who Aristotle was, I've heard the name. I kind of knew, but not really. He was an ancient Greek philosopher and polymath. I don't know if I'm saying that right. His writings cover a broad range of subjects spanning the natural sciences, philosophies, linguistics, economics, politics, psychology, and the arts. As the founder of Pactic, I don't know, philosopher. But what the reason why I'm saying this, because a lot of this shit was Theodore, and I'm looking at theology. I'm looking at the names now. I'm looking at breaking this down. Theodore, as Thoth.
Oh.
I'm looking at all of this. Like, this is stolen material, and some of it's from you.
Do you know that when I was researching these theorems, and he was calling, this man was cursing. He was like, you don't understand. These people are all charlatans. They're fake. As I'm going through this research, he was like, they're not who you think they are.
But I just told you that was a fictitious character, and they had somebody in there.
He was like, these are not the original people.
None of them are.
So if you got Aristotle knowledge and I got Plato knowledge, then who knowledge you get?
Facts.
Because they all connect.
Nostradamus.
Yeah. Maybe she got Nostradamus. I could see that, because Nostradamus, I mean, think about all the work Nostradamus did.
Yeah.
He predicted. Nostradamus predicted was on point. That's them world readings, right?
Yep.
I'm just saying, if we go back,
I've already said that about myself. This is something I've been saying about myself for
somebody is calling me. I'm gonna wait for it to end.
You are not lying. Okay, so in mathematics, I gotta say, then I gotta go. Shit.
Can you hear me?
Yes, the Pythagorean theorem, or the Pythagoras theorem, is a fundamental relation in Euclidean geometry between the three sides of a right triangle. It states the area of the square whose side is the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the area. But I want to know, okay, in simple terms, okay, is a cornerstone of math that helps us find the missing side length of the right triangle. So to find what we're missing, you're on mute.
The triangle is a pyramid, right?
Yep.
That's in a woman's body, right?
So
that's also the elements. Fire is like that, air like that, earth. You know, it's all the
which is why they help me do that. Yes.
Yes, the elements, right? So there go our triangles. The ball in the net. Oh my God. He said we was gonna crack a wormhole. Like, oh my God.
And I actually think that we need to cause a singularity. I'm gonna be honest with you. So again, if you ever watch The Flash, he calls a singularity. When he ran into the future, he created unstable time, an unstable portal, if you will, right? That unstable portal stayed open and it allowed things to come through and come out from different dimensions. And I think that because we are computers, we can create a singularity within space, within the space fabric. I know that we can, especially if we are the internet, just fragmented, then I'm almost certain we can come together to create our own pattern, our own algorithm, so that we can break past it. I know we have to, and I'm sorry to keep bringing up like application of things, but it's the only thing I can think about in terms of like how can we physically come together to make something shake, or to even like transform, if you will.
Well, because the application is simply how do you apply it?
Yeah.
You applying what you know. I want to say this: Pythagoras of Samos The Pythagorean theorem, also known as Pythagoras theorem or the hypotenuse theorem, is largely credited to the Greek mathematician Pythagoras of Samos. Why are all of them always Greek? That should tell you that they stole the deities. Those are those beings who stole the deities. Come on, spiritual situation.
So America, that's who we really is, the Americans. So when you break that down, it's Americans. So TA is the earth, which is the mother, right? The womb, the matrix, the water, okay. So the Ka, which is, okay, so wait a minute. Mary, that's her, the soul, the goddess, right? And then Ka, Yehuda, right? So when you put that together, America, what are we saying? We saying the earth, the God, the spirit.
Mind, body, and soul.
Correct. So
the spirit body.
America. So we are the Americans, right? We are the ones with the Ka, with the spirits, right? So I was gonna say something about the Americans. What did you just say?
Why did the Greeks all steal? They stole the deities because it's always the Greeks that came up that have.
So when they stole our language, I mean, because we got colonized, right? So everything went up under Greek because we don't identify with Greek. So when it's time to go find our knowledge, are we gonna go look in the Greek? No, we're not, because we're not Greek. So they turned all the philosophers Greek. So this is where the Renaissance Fest come in at, when the Roman Empire was like, hey, the Ninja Turtles, they got Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Leonardo, and they said, go make everything look European and Greek. So that's when the noses was getting shot off the Sphinx. That's when everything was being destroyed and hidden from you. And that's when they was stealing our ancestral land that was inherited to us. And then they made us march the Trail of Tears. That's how a lot of us ended up in Oklahoma in the Midwest. And
Choctaw, they came through there into Oklahoma. Yes.
Gullah Geechee, which is Yoruba. Like we are tribes that's connected. Like I be breaking them tribes down because people be arguing, but we are the original tribes.
I was talking to Quatita during our reading. I asked her about the 61 seed sounds of creation. Mm-hmm. And I guess now that you bring up tribes, we were talking about being able to vibrate to a new reality, right? Like I was saying that we don't have to experience war or turmoil. We simply just need to vibrate a new reality. And so I wonder, and I said I thought that the 61 or 7 sounds would be the deities' base names, but I hear you talking a lot about the tribes. Like in your research, have you came across anything in terms of like do each clan, are there stewards or custodians of a base sound vibration of a specific name or energy?
Well, let me say this before she said that. Yeah. Because when in some of my classes, and some people may know what I'm talking about, Yehuda said we call them Yehuda, we call them to Tetron, but if you were to hear their names don't have a pronunciation because their sound, their frequency. When I started to say that like 20 minutes ago, like it's a sound, it's a frequency. So they give us the names that we can utilize because we're not inside of the vibration where we should, but their names are frequency sounds.
Word sound, vibrations in the music.
Which is why I use them when we're doing, the music. You know what I mean? It all comes together.
I wonder if we can take those vibrations and put them into a track.
Yes.
The bass vibrations that you're hearing from the deities, I wonder if we can somehow replicate that and put that into a track. I'm trying to break through something. And I feel like when you are vibrating and when you are pushing against something, it's like this pressure. And it's not like break is not the right term. I'm trying to harmonize with something. And I think in order to harmonize, like a keypad, you have to put in the right codes in order for it to get through. So if you're constantly pushing and you're getting the negative coding, you're not getting through that door. So I'm trying to, what you say, Jazzy?
Morse code.
Morse code, tap coding. So it's like
tap coding.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think about like the application of putting that together.
Reason why I said what I said earlier, AJ, they said to change things in your life, tap certain spots of your body. And that's why you'll learn tap, like you do this here and you changing whatever this is by the tap of how they tell you to tap.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's vibration.
Yes. The different tapping of the vibrations changes things in your life.
But it's also numbers because it's the amount of times you're tapping in a certain spot.
Yeah.
Which is the key code access.
The algorithms, yes.
Yeah. You're basically tapping, I guess, meridian points to your body. So are the meridian points entryways into the body?
Has to be.
Okay.
I happened to just was studying meridian points last week. That's crazy. But
give it to me. What you find?
I mean, because it's a point of insertion, right?
Right.
It's a point. That's how you get. Yeah, that's how you get in there. A point, right? Even like when you're thinking about a line, it's a point of origin, and it's an arrow, right? It's a portal. Is a circle. They go back to Quatita with the 10.
Are there any spots in America that is considered, let's say, like an acupressure meridian point for Mother Adina?
Yes.
Can we massage her?
The pyramids are built by the Adinas, the tribe Adina, and we got a serpent mound. It's a cosmic effigy over here in Ohio. It's 88 mounds in Alabama. It's 200 mounds in Chicago. It's 200 mounds in Wisconsin.
Okay, let me tell you why I'm saying that, because I keep seeing the circuit board is the ground, the battery, the charger port is us. What if we are systematically going to these areas to activate the ley lines?
That's why
you're trying to keep me out of Texas.
But
why?
That's
why? I don't want to. I need you to go there
because it's something under the ground.
It's pyramid. Okay. That's Mississippi. We are the Mississippian civilization, and they had to hide that from us. And they had to, so now we dump down and we don't even know we be on top of pyramids. Some of the successful yeah.
Let me tell you what I believe is under Texas. Because every time I say that, they always show me green, right? It's a green crystal that I believe is like
Moldavite.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's under there, along with a very strong, because I believe moldavite is a form of melanite crystal, just like garnet and different things like that. And I believe that's where there's some sort of portal under there as well. And I believe it's in Houston.
Is that? I feel like, oh, wow. I don't know why I feel like Houston is on the opposite end of the Bermuda Triangle, because I feel like the Bermuda Triangle also has that crystal.
It does, I believe, because you see it under the water. It's green and radiates.
For some reason, I feel like it equals to the equal distance of that. And like, you remember how somebody was saying when it was an attack happening, they looked on one end and then on the other end, something was happening in Antarctica. I almost feel that way with Texas.
Chakras. The Earth got chakras.
You got chakras.
So what would be, I guess the opposite of Houston, or what would be the more polarizing version of Houston, or what place would that be, right?
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. I'm getting the download. So that green, because I know the green is the heart space. So that green heart. That's why the heart.
Okay.
California, that's Lumiere. That's where Mount Shasta at. I happen to know some stuff about that. That's Lumiere crystal, because I got these crystals and I know where they come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just activated me by saying it, but that Lumiere, the Lumiere crystal quartz, you know how the quartz coming up out the ground?
Mm-hmm.
My cousin just taught me that my great-great-grandma, Grandma Tree, she was a Wiccan, and she wore
kryptonite. Let's look that up.
That's how it was. Go ahead, Jazzy, say it again.
She wore the crystals around her neck to find the energy in the ground. Like if you was sick and she needed to get the water to spring up, she knew how to find the water. She knew how to find the medicine. She knew how to do. So the fact that I got on her skin, I could do that too. You know, that's why we got to go into our ancestry, because we got X-Men suits on, and whatever your ancestors could do, you could do it too.
They
You
told
just got
me
be
to give Charming, I gave her my amethyst, but they told me to give her raw crystals because she is supposed to design me a crown that goes on my head. Like we're really supposed to be wearing these to reactivate the natural crown and go into the energy portals. And I can understand that. She'll tell you, I cannot understand. I didn't know none of this until then, because I gave her the other day my amethyst, and they're telling me to find. So now, Jazzy, I want you to tell me what crystals I should give to her, raw crystals to give to her to make this crown that goes on my head.
I'm gonna do you one better and send you some crystals.
Oh, well, do that then, so I can get my crown and reactivate.
Are you familiar with this the breastplate that I think ancient pharaohs? Yeah, I keep seeing that for you.
I'm sorry, I taught that last week, y'all. Oh my god!
I just saw that. I think it's called like the breastplate, but it's 7 crystals inside of that, certain minerals. I feel like that's what you need.
Heard about this.
Yeah, you need that.
That we wear the mojo bags that our ancestors wore, and they got the crystals, and it has you're supposed to do the 12 because the 12 is the 12 zodiacs, and you represent the 13th. Because you're in the center of the universe, and the energy is spiral 360 degrees around you.
See what I'm saying?
That's a grid, because we actually are omega-6 crystals, carbon, melanite. We are different crystals. Like when I tell people that, they look at me like I'm crazy.
They look at you like you crazy.
Yeah, I said
androdite
when I was little. Where did that come from? And then I just said my grandma used rocks to find earth and crystals and all that. I mean, it took me to figure that out, to be like, wait a minute. Because I was talking to crystals when I was little, and they was like, you weird. You know how George Carver talked to plants? I talked to crystals.
Listen, I talked to a whole bunch of shit that I probably shouldn't talk to. You know what I mean? Trees included.
You connect all of that. But this is a lapis lazuli. Like, so lapis lazuli connect you to the spiritual realm because it opened up your throat chakra. Right? So your throat chakra is the
spiritual.
Yeah, because that's the your voice is God. God is the word.
Your Nzinga, your eye, and then your Nizinga, the mother and the wife.
Oh wait, those are different. Nzinga and Nizinga.
They're different.
So they solar.
Yes.
So they got
Nzinga and Nizinga.
Fucking me up, bro.
Right?
It's fucking me up, bro.
Yeah.
So we really do need to get these gemstones while people teaching this is wicked, but this is recharging. So you know the ancient Anunnaki got crystals on, right? My daughter was
the Asians, as I just learned. The ancient Anunnaki are the Asians.
Yeah.
So Asians are studying King Selassie. They say he the emperor. You always hear the emperor is the ancient Chinese secret. Right. Chinese.
Oh,
okay. I hear what you're saying.
Okay. I saw what you did there. Yeah. Okay.
So him being a ruler of Asia is one body.
Right.
So it's not the continent they showed us, it's one body. So when we come together in oneness, we will be Asia.
Okay.
Like when we become Africa, we will all be Africa. It's not continents. See, they got us thinking this stuff physical is spiritual. These are spiritual places, not physical. You know, because we Africa over there, or we argue about it. We say we from here, y'all from there, we from over there. If you really think about it, we all originate to Asia and Africa.
I'm about to pull up these pictures I have in my phone.
It was one, right? But you see how we separated in the 7 and we can't get it, them 7 chakras, we can't get it together, the 7 churches.
That's because we keep calling each other strangers. I think that's the biggest thing I think that's one of the greatest mistakes we've ever made within our community is to refer to someone as a stranger, because a stranger is someone who does not have rights to the land. We usually call someone else that. But when we refer to each other as strangers, we're essentially saying that we do not know you. I don't know you. My soul doesn't recognize you. And it's just that very language within itself is so destructive because it prevents you from seeing your sister and your brother within your brother.
But that's the lack of knowledge, because we lack knowledge that the language is keeping us in. Yes, the Aboriginals.
The original Asian.
The original Australian.
They're black like us. They're melanite like us.
That's melanated. They the sun people.
Philippines.
I think they call it the coincide people, something like that.
Latin descent. The Indians.
So this is us reincarnating into different cultures. Every culture created. We create culture, so we created all them people. That's why we say that we are the originators of everything.
I'm gonna show y'all this too. They were known for their hair.
Wow.
We still are, but we like to wear other people's hair.
Yeah.
That part. I used to have the Russians in my phone too. They were just as black and melanite as us, and they had big afros that stood like this. That's why the Russians wear hats that look like that, because that was their hair. Their hair don't grow like that, so they have to make hats. Everything is a mockery of who we are.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
Represents kingliness. That's your crown. That's your original crown. So when I said they removed your crown, how many people don't got hair?
Mm-hmm.
How many people wearing somebody else's crown?
Mm-hmm.
How many people relax their crown?
Yeah.
It's my job to do that's your crown, because your crown chakra sit outside your head. That's your hair, right? It's magical. It's antennas.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't know theyself and they hate theyself. And when I say that, people be like, why you gotta be so harsh? I mean, the truth is,
that's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? My whole hair, this is in my DNA. I know this stuff. This is, you supposed to let this grow. This Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
I'm glad you said it, because now I'm gonna pull up Rapunzel, because I didn't even know. I started teaching this about Baphomet and Baphomet, and then I found it in a museum.
Mm-hmm.
You see, her hair is wrapped up. Her hair comes all the way down her legs, all the way down, but it's wrapped up in the back right there. And that is the mighty oxen, which they keep is Baphomet, but they want you to believe that Baphomet is this entity of different things they have put together that they call the goat. Mm-hmm. It is not. That's Baphomet and Baphomet. Her hair comes all the way down to the floor. She is the Rapunzel.
Her hair is long. I scream out to Baphomet all the time. She's probably sick of me. Quatita, question. So I don't even know how this is in correlation, but is there a connection between Medusa and Lilith?
It very well could be. From what my understanding is, Medusa is Diabolani, and she is a deity that is known. They say serpent, but she's over serpent energy, which could be the Kundalini. Oh,
because I had 3 days ago, I met her, and the way they took me was almost like, I don't want to call it hell, but it was like very Kabu, and everything was kind of fiery, but I wasn't afraid. I just felt like I was going into a secret place, but she was absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you saw her eyes. Her eyes are like a sky blue kind.
Yes, they are. Yes. And she's dark. Is she Dominican or something?
Very dark and beautiful.
And is she of Dominican lineage or something?
She's Latin. We are all of that kind of Latin. Okay. Yes.
Because when I met her, she had like coffin nails, but she keep reminding me of like Lilith. I've never met Lilith before, but that's the energy I kept giving both.
Well, because Lilith is also the serpent wife.
Okay, understood.
They can't find anything on Cretan. Cretan is the serpent goddess. They only found a statue. She holds 2 serpents in her hand. They don't know who she is or what her heritage is, but they tell me she is the Medusa. She is Dibolani. She is over that energy. And again, she is the Kundalini. She's over the serpent energy, which comes up into the crown. Like when people be like, oh, you making up deities and shit. No, because then as I teach them, we end up coming across them like Leviathan. Yes. They demonize Leviathan. You understand what I'm saying? Come on.
Maleficent. She is the queen of the fays, the part of fairies. Remember, you said you got wings, right? And I said because we are fairies.
Yes.
And soul has wings. You can look it up. It's called the body. Soul do fly from uterus to uterus, womb to womb, right?
Yes.
Okay, so because it go to caves, right? Soul dwell in caves. I mean, I keep talking about this uterus now, but okay. This so the soul got wings. So when in Maleficent, she lived inside of a firmament in a dome, and she called it the Moor.
That's right.
Okay, had a real close knit relationship.
Black witch.
Yep, the trees, the flowers, everything that was in the Moor. And she fell in love with a man. And then the man he wanted to be king.
He betrayed her.
And he betrayed her and cut off her wings.
Indeed.
So that's when she was mad. She grew angry. She grew bitter. That's kind of like what my daughter called it, Moana. Remember, Maui stole her heart and she got bitter and all that.
Yeah.
So when the soul, she fell in love with the man broke her heart. So the man represents
enmity between the head and the heel. But go ahead.
It represents her youth, her offspring, because our offspring break our hearts, right? They betray us. Because we have these people, and then these people persecute the mother. They persecute the feminine energy. They hate the one that created them. They hate the.
Now you just made that make sense of what I just said. Damn, that's why they tell me to say it. I will put enmity between the head and the heel. Your children come behind you on your heel, and you are the head. And I put enmity between them. That's why you are. Come on, Jazz. Jazz. Come on, Jazz.
That's how they break down the family structure.
Yep.
Wow.
So with because the man, right, the 7, they are 7. So I mean, because we know how to count, right? 8 without the 7. We stuck at the 6. So the 6 is the carbon. I said we Omega crystal 666. We supposed to be 999.
Yeah.
We stuck. Back to the glass being the hourglass. We stuck.
Yes, but that 6 and the 9 is also spending. The 6 and 9 also spins.
Can't get we can't.
I see it.
Okay, so because we got to get back to the mama, right? Because she mad, right? That's back to the heart space.
When you're 69, baby, you're ciphering energy from both portals. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So the Cancer symbol is 6'9". The Cancer, that's mama energy in astrology, right?
Right.
That happened to be my ascendant sign. But we got to get back to the Cancer, right? We got to get back to the center.
That's my rising sign.
Right? And the center of the universe could give rise to the Leo, because the Leo come after the Cancer. That's the spirit. This is astrology now. Right?
Yes.
I mean, knowledge hidden in astrology. Astrology is the language we were speaking before these people messed us up.
Because that's the language of frequency. It's just sound. Sound wave, sound light.
I'm going to blow your mind right quick, Quartita. So the ancient astrologers was called the Chaldeans.
Where's my deck at?
Oh.
Wait, say it one more time, Jazzy. You said the Chaldean what?
The ancient astrologers was called the Chaldeans. Yes. What's our last name?
Dean. Come on now. Come on now.
I mean, because we ain't just reincarnate with their last name for no reason, right? That's a part of our soul contract, right? We agreed to come here and do this. Like, we agree, everybody got a role, but we gonna come here. Because, I mean, remember when we first met, we was trying to figure out, like, do I know you from somewhere? Because it was like, I done known you my whole life, but at the time when we met in the flesh, we trying to figure it out. Like, nope, I ain't go there. I ain't go to that school. Nope, I ain't. You know what I mean? So it's like we had to have met because all of us know each other from other lifetimes.
My ancient self. Somebody sent me this Jasmine. Jasmine sent me this. This is my ancient lifetime.
That's you, Katita?
Yes.
It definitely looked like you for sure.
I remember when you got that, and that was an ancient priest of France, right?
There's really not much history you can find on her, but she was the person who this is Egypt, and the guy from France, he took these photos, and that's all that I could ever find on her. But when Jasmine sent me that, I like threw my phone because it creeped me the fuck out because I had never seen myself. I've helped people find them, but I had never seen me. So when she sent me that, I threw my motherfucking phone. It scared the shit out of me.
And look, so when Napoleon was here, and you know, he just declared himself king of France, right? He just put a flag up and was like, I'm the king of the French, right? So where did he declare himself king at? Where New Orleans is. So those spoke French. And then Napoleon went over to Hades where they speak French at too. And then they had a Haitian war, right? And when they had the Haitian Revolution, I mean, is it a coincidence that both of these people speak French? Because Hades and New Orleans is where the Voodoo at, where the Gullah Geechee, right? Okay, because they're my people. So I'm just saying, I know this stuff because when I went
Voodoo and Hoodoo is alchemy. It is the control of energy and what you can make happen and manifest by using the power of Sirion, the great light.
Yes, and Voodoo means spirit.
It is.
So, like, because people scared of that word until they look it up. Like, you scared of spirit?
It also trains your mind, though. Like, you have to have a magical mind when doing that stuff. That stuff is like mind training.
So that's knowledge, right? Because the ability to use knowledge is magic, right? And they tell you the ancient Egyptians, aka Ethiopians, was magicians, right? They was out.
Spirit just said magique.
Magique.
Okay, because we was right.
Magique.
Okay,
I like that.
Je parle français. My name is Giovanni Monique. Why I'm Monique? My mama named me Giovanni Monique Dean. Why is that my real name? I was like, why do I got a French name? I ain't been to France a day in my life. That's why I took French. That's why I know a lot about French. So when I went to Hades, I'm all down there just vous parlez français, not knowing that Hades had a war and they got divided into two cultures. One side speak French, one side speak Spanish. The Spanish side speaks Spanish because Christopher Columbus landed there and called it Espanol. So that. And then the French side was owned by Napoleon, who was losing the war over here to the Indians. And he had went bankrupt fighting the war over here. So he had to sell the land, aka Hades, to Columbus. So that is, and then he had to sell the land he had here to the British, known as the Louisiana Purchase.
Okay.
In history. So
I just found it. Found it.
You found what?
When Simeon fucks me up in real time, bro, I'm gonna
show us what you got.
Cause I want y'all to just read the whole thing.
Okay.
And I tried to figure out how to spell it, but I'm gonna put it so you can see it.
French like magic. Magique, like mystique. Magique. Magique, like Q. Oh, huh. Magic.
A spell, charm, magique,
formulation, cure, solution,
miracle. There's no cure. It's man.
Magique.
We are magique. We are
magique.
We are magique.
It's that last three words that's getting it for me. That QUE. It's doing something to me.
In French language, is frequency. So you have to put that language she was talking about. See, I speak French for real, and I would think that's weird, but now I'm about to really be over here like,
when people can say what they want to say about me, bitch. A motherfucker just said today that I was a fake and a phony and a fraud. But when you see it in real time, how Spirit just said it's magique. You understand me? And then I went to it immediately because here it goes again. I pulled it up one more time. Magical. What is magique?
Magique.
Ambience. Magical.
We are. Yes, we are magique. That's why we got into magique. Oh,
wow.
Magique. That even like when I said it feels different in my body.
Me too. Can I tell y'all quick? I just feel like I should tell y'all the news so we can make this magique hit different. Okay. So news, NEWS. I teach that news is the North Kingdom. North, that's the earth signs. The earth signs is the Capricorn, the Taurus, and the the Capricorn, the Taurus, and the Virgo. So those are the earth signs. That's the North Kingdom. The North Kingdom is associated with the Southern Kingdom because they on the pole, right? Remember we talked about how that ball in the pole and all that. Okay, so the Southern Kingdom is the fire. So this is the Sagittarius, the Leo, and the Aries. So then we have the East Kingdom, which is the air. That's the air kingdom. So the air kingdom consists of the Aquarius, the
Gemini, Libra,
and the Gemini. And then we got the West, which is the water, which is the Cancer, the Scorpio, and the Pisces. So I want y'all to know that life starts in the East and it ends in the West. So life starts with the breath, which is the air. Life ends in the West. You all right?
He had frequency.
Oh, okay. I seen it. It hit him like somebody hit him. Like, I want some of that. I mean, not
shit.
But give me some.
I'm sorry, that almost took me out.
Do tell.
I don't know what it was. It was quick.
The energy when it hit that frequency, that shit be like somebody just stuck you in your ear with something.
It feel like you about to. It just made me extra hot. It's because that was a lot. Because when you were speaking about this north, south, east, and west, and the elements, it took me back to the access points that we talked about. And it's showing me how they're using the elements to break in. The elements is their weapon of choice. Because
we said blue, green, and red, right?
Yes.
Chakras,
which is also associated with these elements. So they're manipulating the elements because our body is nothing more than the element itself. It's a crystal. So as I'm seeing this sliding scale, I'm seeing them manipulate. For example, what destroys Earth, right? Let's think about this through weather anomalies. Okay, I've been studying Chinese medicine for a while, and Chinese medicine talks a lot about internal and external factors, right? Inside of a yin, there's a yang, and inside of a yang, there's a yin. Understood? Right. But I started to understand Chinese medicine is about, for me, the way I see it, it is about travel sickness. I see it as our bodies, our physical vessels are experiencing weather malfunctions when we're traveling. So what can look like an illness can also be an earthquake. What can look like a sickness can also be exposure to too much water, too much air. It's about our chariots, our vehicles, and the way they travel and what they're traveling through. It's causing discord within our body because we're not aware of it. And so like all of this sliding scale, the axis, you can just see it, the grid, the fabric of the universe. It's almost like how you have to move certain chess pieces in certain places. You have to do the grid the exact same way, and that you can use the elements as. Do y'all understand? Because
I do.
Okay.
Which is why I was going to say, I'm sorry. This is why I was going to say because we're sleeping giants. We're activated in here. So even when you say that and you're having to move it, when they're putting the programs and downloads into our psyche, our soul, and we're not conscious because we're not conscious, we're asleep somewhere on something in water. Okay. And so because we are that, we're not. Everything that we see, what we've talked about today, is a manifestation of your grid, of your soul, of your consciousness, and you have created it. And so that means that your creation is out of whack. You know, your web, your Charlotte's web has caught a fly in it, has caught a you know what I'm saying? It's something in your web. And so something is amiss because you are the creator. You are the system inside of this system.
Really quick. I just saw this. Shoot. So think about the web, your personal web, your fabric of the universe. We know that Neith is the goddess that weaves destiny, so on and so forth, ancient Kemet. So think about your web in the same way you think about how you program water and how you cry. It changed based on what you give it. Your web is doing the exact same thing through the music. So if we have our own individual cosmic web, we are not the architects of it because it's been manipulated through the frequency in which we're receiving. So if you're receiving death and hate in your life, that web doesn't look like anything beautiful, right? But if you're raising your frequency and doing the healing, like you're saying, removing attachments, then you create this really beautiful web or a sigil, or a frequency that can attune you up.
Yeah, because you were the architect, and it's like you created it, and then you passed it on to a genome and said, "Here, see what you can do with it." And
exactly.
They took it and they became a kid on your shit.
Like your will of life. You gave them access to your will of life.
Yeah.
So they can turn you whichever way they want to.
Correct.
The directions.
North, south, east, and west. The news. Spreading the good news.
The news, the gospel.
The gospel.
The sleep spell.
Listen, I got to go because I got to do this session.
Okay. Before we go, can I ask something though? Like collectively?
Yes.
So I think in order for us to open up additional channels of information and downloads, I would like for us, if possible, to formulate 3 to 5 questions. Everyone that's on this live, formulate 3 to 5 questions and pose them to the deities. Because I think the more of us that ask questions, the more they'll be likely to give it to us. Because I think if we can have at least 100 of us asking questions, seeking knowledge, we can come back and have a better conversation or a more in-depth conversation. So I hope that you, Yehuda, and the deities can support that. I'm going to write my 3 to 5 questions, and you can just talk to the spirit and come back with what you receive.
Gratitude,
everybody.
Gratitude.
This was amazing.
This has been beautiful.
I show gratitude for y'all coming on.
Yes.
And you, I know you, Jazz, you were already doing your thing. So gratitude. I've been wanting to come on with you. It's been 8 months, I know, since you and I were able to come and do this thing. And then me and AJ, we've been trying to get some stuff to going, and he just sends me things. He sent me something one time about was it the black helicopter that kept coming outside your house or something?
That kept recording me?
Yeah, they were recording like, we can believe that shit ain't real. We talking about drones here. Like fly, there was a drone in here that disappeared. I ain't seen it since that night that I was attacked. Ain't that funny? I had a big ass fly in my house that's this motherfucking big. There was a fly and I thought I killed it and it got back up and I ain't seen it. But later on that night, I was attacked by invisible shit.
Monetary spirits.
Yeah.
So basically kill all flies.
It's real.
Okay.
This shit is real.
Yeah.
And we have to come back. We're going to put a pin in it and we will return to this. But gratitude, both
gratitude,
of you.
Everybody.
Amazing build. I appreciate it.
Gratitude.
Yes, no problem. Gratitude. Love you, family.
Love you too.
Peace.
Peace.